Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Marketa Stadium here in Prague for round 2 of the World Speedway Championship. What a day we have. Absolutely bathed in sunshine is this famous stadium here in Prague. It's the 30th time we have visited this particular part of the world, and we are very much looking forward to an exciting Grand Prix here this evening. Ollie Allen alongside me, as he was in Germany just a few short weeks ago, and we have witnessed a pretty entertaining qualifying session which was dominated by Australians. Jack Calder coming out on top in that particular competition a little earlier on. He looked particularly good, so did Brady Kurtz. But Prague, a beautiful part of the world, as I say, bathed in sunshine at this moment in time. 10 rounds in 2026. This is the second round. We've been to Landshut. We now move on to Prague in Central Europe. As I say, it's a destination that we've been coming to and is well known to riders and families alike. And this is just a bit of a montage and a closer look at this glorious city. It really is a sight to behold, Ollie.
Yeah, it really is. Lovely city, lovely part of the world, and makes a great weekend for all Speedway fans to get to tour this city and come to this amazing racetrack.
Indeed it is. And as I say, the history, the architecture is something very special, and people flock here year-round. It really is a very busy destination for tourists from all over the world, and very much worth a visit. We have a sellout tonight. It really is going to be a wonderful atmosphere here in the Marketa for the round number 2 of the championship, led by Kasper Verina. What a night he had in Landshut. Can he back it up here? We'll be eager to find out. Plenty of people from Poland, from Great Britain, all over Europe. They flock here because of what Prague offers, not just here, but in the city itself. And as you can see, it is filling up very nicely indeed. Presentations are underway for riders, and the pre-meeting entertainment has been already taking place. So, as I say, it's all building up very nicely for what should be a smashing night of World Championship racing. As you can see, plenty of people flocking from Poland, of course. Bartosz Smarslik finished in 3rd place, the 6-time world champion. So, yeah, healthy crowd, plenty of excitement, bathed in sunshine, doesn't get much better than that. Let's take a closer look at this track. Opened up in 1957. First Grand Prix way back in 1997, 30 years ago, 353 metres. It's a decent size, it's a fast track, not that wide, 10.3 metres wide, and not a lot of banking here either, Ollie.
No, and the lack of banking makes overtaking difficult. Long straights, narrow entries and exits to the corners does make it tricky to overtake. We'll see that.
Indeed it is. Similar width on both straights with the same amount of banking. They have actually widened it in time 5. Not sure there's 4%. I'm not sure. That may be a little bit generous, but there's no doubt that it is an entertaining track without it. OK, let's get some reaction. Let's have a look at the track with Emma and Ollie.
It's absolutely glorious here in Prague, and we are ready for a fantastic evening of racing. Ollie, tell me about this track.
The track here at Prague is a sort of typical European track. It's quite flat. There's a little bit of banking, but not too much. The surface is quite hard and slick. Narrow straights. It widens out in the corner, but what it does mean is that overtaking is difficult because of the narrow entry and entrance.
Look, we saw Speedway Nations 2 final here last night. Yeah. What kind of an impact has that had on the track, do you think?
In qualifying, there didn't seem to be too much of an impact. Last night, the racing here, there was over 20 heats of racing, and the track did start to break up in places, which meant riding became a little bit unpredictable, and riders made mistakes. But so far, the track's held up very well.
And what about the weather? Because it is absolutely scorching here. We're loving it, but
yep.
What kind of impact does that have on the track?
We'll do the different colour though. Black, I'm hot in
Not
black.
Ideal.
No, but yeah, the track is going to suffer with the heat. It's a really tricky job it's a fine line between overwatering the track and not letting it get dusty. Riders don't want either, so trying to get that happy medium is really difficult. I mean, it's 30 degrees here today, not a cloud in the sky, and it means that The track needs to be watered regularly, but not too much. Difficult.
I'll tell you what, Ollie, the sun might be a hindrance for the track, but we are absolutely loving it, as are the fans. They've been out and about in the fan zone, having pictures with the riders, and of course, admiring that beautiful trophy.
Super stuff, and of course we're looking at the trophy now. That's what all these riders are chasing, the World Championship trophy. And will it be Smarslick again for the 7th time, or will we have a new winner in 2026? We have 9 rounds to go, including tonight. A gorgeous bit of architecture, and there's no question that any rider would be very proud to get their hands on that, that's for sure. Okay. Let's have a look back at Casparina's wonderful night in Lancashire.
Let's talk about qualifiers and who we think is going to make their mark here in Prague tonight. We've seen previously, obviously, that both Bartek and Jason Doyle, Calvin, have made the final 5 times here. How much of a key to success is that experience going to be tonight?
Well, it's invaluable because when you know that you can get to the latter stages of a Grand Prix, then it's always going to hold you in good stead. You know, you would have encountered several different types of conditions. It's never the same year on year. So, you know, you'd like to think that that experience, you should be able to cope with, you know, it's red hot here. So tonight, you know, as we know, don't we know it, but the fact is that that will present challenges, and you think those 2 guys should be able to cope.
Who impressed you in qualifiers?
Well, Jack Holder obviously went all the way, and he was the fastest in Q3, and he looked really good. I think Brady Kurtz really stood out for me. He had a disappointing opening round in Lancashire, and I've got to believe that, you know, he's come here very determined. He slipped up here last year. He wants that monkey off his back, but in qualifying, I think he looked pretty decent.
You mentioned Jack Holder. How much of an advantage is early gate selection for a track like this tonight?
Well, when you look at the stats from last year, huge. 17 heat wins from the inside gate. I'm not expecting that tonight, but there is no question historically getting twice off the inside or 2 gate 2s can be vital for your chances to go either direct to the final or make sure you're in an LCQ.
Do you know what? It wasn't like that yesterday necessarily, though, was it, in Speedway Nations 2 here?
Difficult to compare because you haven't got quite the same quality of rider. They're younger and more inexperienced. Some of the techniques are still being developed. So sometimes to compare those 2 events is not always fair. But from year to year, and because the track's being used a lot in 2 days, it is, you know, it might be gate 4 tonight that is the favourite one, but generally the inside gates are the ones to have.
Cheers, Calvin. You looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Me too.
Okay, let's just pause now. The riders are out on the rostrum, and we will be able to listen to the Czech national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our national anthem singer, Lukáš Bašák. And please stand up for the national anthem of Czechia.
And yeah, but this is not important now. Is now is most important the full focus for the night.
What's the key to success on this track, Bartek?
Speedway don't have key for the success. Must hard work and be smart.
Last year, the inside gate, the red gate, it was very advantageous. I think it was something like 10 of the first 12 heats, the red gate won. Do you think that's going to be the same again here tonight?
Yes.
In a nutshell, yes.
That's
and
it.
are we going to see a repeat of last year from you? Are you going to win again here, Bartek?
I hope so. We'll see.
Best of luck. Thank you so much, Bartek.
Thank you very much.
So clearly keen to get back to winning ways here. Bartosz Marzik third in the first round of the championship when he wasn't at his best. And that quite often is his superpower. The fact that he doesn't necessarily have to be at his best, but he still picks up some very valuable points. That man, Jack Holder, terrific this afternoon and topped the qualifying charts and chose to come out with the draw number 13. We often see Dan Bewley choose that. Robert Lambert finished in 4th place in Q3 and he would have been relatively pleased with that. And Jason Doyle, who has won here previously, and when in the year when he was world champion back in 2017, he was stunning out of gate 4 in the final. A performance like that from Doyle really would be quite spectacular. And talking about being spectacular, Casper Verina. Now, the eyes of the world on him. He's got the gold race jacket on. Can he reproduce something similar like he performed in Germany?
I certainly hope so. It'd be great for the series if Casper Verina can continue that form and really take it to Zmarzlik. The question is, how heavy is that golden race jacket? There's no doubt it's playing on his mind. He's in a different situation than he was in. You know, he went into Landshut almost with a free hit. Not so much expectation on him. Now, the weight of the golden jacket is on his shoulders.
It is indeed, and everybody else is now racing to try and steal it back. Dudek, who has had a slow start to the season for Torun in the Extra League, but made it to the latter stages, finished 3rd in Q3, and actually looked pretty decent. He was pretty relaxed about it all as well. He didn't rush at any point, but it seemed to pay dividends, and I'm sure he'll be very keen to try and transfer that into some major World Championship points here tonight in the Marketa Stadium. Dudek, a former world number 2, back in the Grand Prix in 2026. A popular rider, Ollie.
Yeah, very popular. Yeah, he's, you know, I think he appeals to a lot of the younger fans with the monster energy and got a cool image. So, yeah, I think a lot of people pleased to see him back in the series. And, you know, we'll have a look now at the start list for this evening.
Yeah, heat number 1, we've got Cabrera, Lambert, Thompson and Doyle. Kurtz, Kvek, Panitsky, Verina. I'm expecting Kurtz out of gate 1. He must be able to nail that. Jepsen Jensen needs a big night. Looking forward to seeing Bednar. He's an eye-catching rider, young lad. Back with Dudek, Leon Madsen. Madsen needing a much improved night. But he was 3rd here last year. Bartosz Zmarzlik, Max Frick, Andre Lebedev and Jack Holder rounds out heat number 4. Jack Holder was sort of shipped out of Lublin, his extra-liga club, at the end of last season. Moved across to Stal Gorzów. And there is no question that Jack Holder has been a very highly motivated rider. His performances in arguably the toughest league in the world in Poland have been out of the top draw. And can he convert that into performances consistently at Grand Prix?
I think he can. I think he's been knocking on the door for a couple of years now, and it's time for him to step up and deliver what his brother did many years ago. He's certainly he ticks all the boxes. He's got all the attributes needed, I think.
Tend to agree. Jason Doyle, he's been there and done it. He's back in the Grand Prix, was invited back by the organisers. Possibly a little surprised to be so, but he was grateful nonetheless. Of course, Panitsky, the SGP 2 world champion, wasn't in, but Ty Wolfenden, when he declined, it was Panitsky's opportunity to come in. But for Doyle, knows his place inside out. He has won here previously. He'll be trying to recall those fond memories. Here we go then for the first time this evening. Riders entering the arena. As I say, it's a gorgeous evening. We have a huge crowd. It's a wonderful atmosphere. And as we've said previously, it is really quite a destination, and it's popular with fans all around Europe, without doubt. Cabrera looking for a big night, hasn't had the season he would have wished for so far, but we have, as always, a really tasty-looking lineup. Thompson back in, and as a injury replacement here this evening. And Anders Thompson has had his highlights here. He's in for Freddie Lingman tonight, but Thompson, with the watery track in heat number 1 with white Kevlars, you need to make a start, because they won't be white if you miss the start by the end of the 4 laps. So, riders coming forward, doing a bit of gardening. The track's had plenty of racing. Congratulations to Poland. They are the Speedway of Nations 2 world champions with their performance. Pushed very hard by Denmark. It was a close contest, but nonetheless, their reign at under-21 Poland continues on. Victor Brzezinski, former SGP2 world champion, in fine form last night. Plenty of water going down. As I say, it's been stinking hot here. Somebody put 50p in the meter for sure, because it really has been very hot indeed. Right, the lineup for you. Red helmet colour for Kubera on the inside. Robert Lambert, gate number 2 in blue. Anders Thompson out of gate 3 in white. And off the outside is Jason Doyle, the Australian, the 2017 world champion, in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then for the first time this evening. Green light is on. Jesper Stinthoff on the button. What a start from Kubera. Charges in there, gate 1 working a tree. Here comes Doyle, roars up the inside, ruthless in the first turn. The 40-year-old veteran, Doyle just charging through into second place. And Robert Lambert, as a consequence, has been relegated to the back and absolutely smothered in shale. But Kubera, what a lovely start from the inside gate.
Yeah, great start for Kubera, making the use of that gate 1 that's been so very good here over the last few years. Really hard first corner from Jason Doyle. He knew exactly what he was doing. Huge cutback going in. Robert Lambert left a little hole and he was straight through it, moved him out of the way. And poor Robert Lambert is at the back eating wet shale.
Yeah, not the ideal start for the British rider. Sole British representative in the Grand Prix now, with the injuries sustained to Dan Bewley in a Danish League match midweek. The best of Dan, speedy recovery, and to Freddie. But Kubera here has ridden immaculately out in front, dropped the clutch at the right time. Bit of a highway off the inside, and Kubera gets his night off to a smashing start. The 3 points in the bag. Got to say, Jason Doyle off of gate number 4 will be more than satisfied with a really hard charge in first turn and 2 points to his name. But Kubera clearly delighted, rightly so, took advantage. When we see the stats and you see how important gate 1 is, you just do not want to slip up when you've got it, and Kubera was a good half a bike length up, immediately away from the takes. 3 points for Kubera out in front. Doyle, a hard charging ride from the Australian through into second place, 2 points. Anders Thompson back in third place, 1 point for him. And Robert Lambert missed out in heat number 1.
Yeah, Kubera, like you said, made a rocket of a start from gate 1, full bike length clear. Robert Lambert made the mistake of getting sucked into fighting with Anders Thompson going into the first bend, left a hole for Jason Doyle. No doubt Doyle had pre-planned that in his mind. He'd have known if he didn't make the start, he was going to cut back. He'd visualised that. And we have a warning for Jason Doyle in the yellow helmet. A little bit of movement on the start for him. Not uncommon for Jason, must be said. Eager to get away. But there you see Robert Lambert covered in that wet shale. Tough once you're at the back.
Yes, indeed. But the man out in front, Dominic Kubera, 66.473 seconds. That's slow. And that's an indication of the track being a little greasy early on, but it's so warm you can sympathise with the track curators to a degree that they've got to get some water into the track. Heat number 2, riders are at the tapes. You see Brady Kurtz for the first time this evening, and he's in the all-important inside gate. Now Kurtz needs to get off to a good, strong start here. Things just haven't quite been clicking into place in 2026. Both at league level for his Polish club in Wrocław in the Extraliga, and of course just fine margins in Lancashire. If he had won heat 20, he would have been straight to the final. In the end, he finished in 4th place in the LCQ and ended up just scoring 8 World Championship points. Line up for you: Brady Kurtz on the inside in red, Jan Kvet right alongside him in blue, gate number 2, Nazar Panitsky, gate 3 in white, and Kasper Verina, the World Championship leader with the gold race jacket on, starts on the outside. Now, he would have been more than aware. He must have watched what Doyle did Verena from the outside, but it's Kurtz in the box seat. Green light comes on, takes her up sharpish, and away we go. Terrific start from Kurtz. Got to say, Panitsky made a nice start, but he's left himself very vulnerable going around the first corner. Inexperience from Panitsky there. Look at Verena. Verena charging up the inside. That's a really tough move as they come off of turn 4. It's very tight indeed, 3 abreast. Here comes Panitsky up the inside of Quebec. Quebec got beaten up there. That was a terrific opening lap from 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But Kurtz, he means business tonight, Ollie.
Yeah, he does indeed. Kurtz looking good out in front. But Casper Verena once again showed he's got plenty of speed. Lots of straight line speed down the back straight first lap. Forced a hole up the inside of Quebec. Panitsky then followed him through. But Brady Kurtz, this is exactly how he will want to start tonight. Yeah. You have to make the most of gate 1, and he is.
Looking good, less than a lap to go. Verena coming through in the 2nd place. Panitsky's got speed, he's right on the pace. Verena hasn't dropped Panitsky, the man has been dropped. It's Quebec. Quebec ran very wide earlier on, and since that time he's been out of the picture. But Brady Kurtz from Australia, the world number 2, gets his evening off to a flying start. 2 wins out of 2 for gate number 1. Are we going to see history repeating itself tonight? With 17 heat gate 1 victories last year, we've already got 2 out of 2 tonight. And Brady Kurtz won't be worrying about that stat too much right now. He'd just be absolutely chuffed to bits that he picked up his first race win of the night. And Casper Verena, that was a tough move and a brave move down the back straight. Kurtz 3 points out in front, 2 points for the championship leader, Verena in 2nd place. Panitsky with 1 point in 3rd, and Yankovic missed out in heat number 2. Brady Kurtz, he's renowned for his starting, but a strong move from Casper Verena here down the back straight.
Yeah, if you look at it now, Casper Verena's nowhere, but he's drifted off a little bit wide on the apex of the first bend to turn the bike early and get us straight. Here we see he's cut back early, his wheels are in line a little bit before everyone else. He lifts a little bit down the back straight. That just gives him the boost he needs to push his way up the inside of Quebec. Panitsky, all very close there between Quebec and Verena. Very brave from Verena. Again, it's not the first time we've seen it. We saw it at Lancashire. He's brave, and you know he's fast as well. It's a good effort for him in gate 4.
Eye-catching rider, no question, the championship leader, but out in front, Brady Kurtz, thumbs up from the Aussie. More like it from him. Heat 3, boys are at the start, digging around, getting ready to go. And we'll see the wild card for the first time tonight. Adam Bubba Bednar, a youngster with a huge future, and the Czech Republic are very excited about that man. They really are. He rode great last night for his country, 23 points in the Speedway of Nations 2 final. And he doubles up. Will that experience stand him in good stead? He is a confident young man. There's no doubt about that. Doesn't seem to be too worried about reputations. Michael Jepsen-Jensen back in the Grand Prix for performance in Lancashire. Jepsen-Jensen on the inside in the red helmet colour. Bednar alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white is Dudek and Leon Madsen, who had 1 championship point from Lancashire. He starts from the outside in the yellow helmet colour here in heat number 3. Madsen, who was an injury replacement ride for Jason Doyle last year, actually forced his way onto the rostrum and looked really good. A performance like that tonight is exactly what he requires. Heat number 3, revs are up, green light is on, and the tape's up as well. Once again, terrific stuff from the inside. Oh, Dudek, where did he find that from? Shafts into the first turn. Gate number 3 from Dudek, that was a bit special. I've got to say, the former world number 2, he found a bit of grip there that others hadn't. And already at the completion of 1 lap, Dudek is absolutely roaring away. Out in front, Jepsen-Jensen is back in at 2nd place with Madsen in 3rd, but Dudek, he is flying in front.
Yeah, he is. That's a great start from gate 3, turning the sort of record or form books upside down. Madsen looks to have plenty of speed in 3rd place. He's putting Jepsen-Jensen under plenty of pressure. Michael Jepsen, here he comes again. He's having a look up the inside. Oh, Jepsen-Jensen shuts the door. No room there. And he'll have to start again, trying to set him up for another move.
Lap to go. Dudek's a country mile out in front. Really has got the bike working beautifully right from the first turn. Shown a clean pair of heels to the opposition. Jepsen-Jensen has been under pressure throughout, but it looks like he's going to hang on in 2nd place with Madsen all over him like a rash. But Dudek, that's a really encouraging opening gambit from him. He'll be chuffed to bits with that. It was neck and neck between Jepsen-Jensen and Dudek as they entered the first corner. but somewhere it was like a turbo boost midway round that first corner, and from that moment on, Patrick Dudek really was in a class of his own in heat number 3. It's more like it from Dudek. That's what we were expecting to see after a wonderful season in 2025. 3 points for Dudek, nice ride. Jepsen Jensen hanging on in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Leon Madsen in third, and Bednar missed out in heat number 3. Impressive ride here from Dudek, because gate 3 is renowned for being poor, but he found something in that first turn.
He did indeed. If you watch him here, he makes a good start from gate 3, but it's now he hits a little groove there going into the first bend, and that fires him. He didn't expect it, but it fired him ahead of Jepsen Jensen, did him a favour. And he's miles clear at this point. There's Bubba Bednar. He's sort of trapped in the middle. Jepsen Jensen makes a good gate, wheel in the air. Now watch Dudek now. He'll launch, turns the bike, boom. Bike picks up, goes across the corner, but it gives him breathing space and it pushes him out onto that outside. And from then on, he checked out. He looked really good. Jepsen Jensen, he was vulnerable in second the whole race. Madsen had more speed than him, and that's got to be a concern from Jepsen Jensen. He's going to go back in the pits and he'll have to change something.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough grip, just wasn't generating enough speed. Right, heat number 4 will complete the first block of races. We'll see the world champion for the first time, and he will start from the inside gate. Leon Madsen will be frustrated with third place there because he had more speed, but for Patrick Dudek, that is a winning time of nearly a second quicker than the first 2 races. Impressive indeed from Patrick Dudek in heat number 3. Right. Heat 4, riders up at tapes. Zmarzlik having a good look about, so is Frick. Andrei Lebedev's another rider that needs a big night tonight. And we'll see Jack Holder. Of course, Holder and Zmarzlik were previously teammates in Lublin, no longer the case. Jack Holder has actually gone to Bartosz Zmarzlik's home club, effectively, in Gorzów, and he's been riding remarkably well for his new team. Zmarzlik's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Frick's right alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Lebedev needs a good night. He's gate 3 in white. And Jack Holder, the fastest man in qualifying this afternoon, he starts his night from gate number 4 in heat 4 in the yellow helmet colour. 3 lights on, the tapes are up, and we're racing. Let's go charger to the first turn. Then Zmarzlik gets there. Zmarzlik just moves off the line. Frick's right up behind him. Crikey, he's close coming off that first turn. Holder coming down the inside of Frick, but there's no room at the end there. Frick's too wide to that move. But now Zmarzlik's hit the front. He's got a little bit of breathing space. And Lebedev's is tailed off at the back. But the world champion has been in sparkling form just in the last couple of weeks. And he's beginning to pull away. I sense Holder's frustrated in third.
He is. He's breathing down Max Frick's neck. He's looked up the inside. He gives him a little nudge. Is there room? No, there's not. Frick knows he's there. He shuts the door. Holder now switches to the outside. Is he going to turn back and look for a dive up the inside? He is. He hasn't got the speed at the moment. Frick's got that line covered, but Bartosz Zmarzlik out in front. Business as usual for that man. He's flying away.
Well, just like Dudek in the previous race, Zmarzlik's got a similar lead here. He's comfortable. Frick has ridden a defensive line and made it very difficult indeed for Jack Holder to actually get anything out of it, and Frick has really stood firm there, but for Zmarzlik, impressive. Impressive indeed. 6-time world champion, going for a historic 7th world championship in 2026. He starts his night in fine style. Didn't quite have the qualifying he would have liked, but that didn't slow him down any there, did it? He looked very impressive indeed. He makes his way back to the pit box, and everybody's now had a taste of action here tonight. Zmarzlik with 3 points out in front. Frick hanging on in second place, 2 points. Jack Holder, frustrated, I suggest, in third with 1 point. And Lebedev's tailed off in 4th place. Concerns from the man from Riga. We will take a look at it once again, but it's no question the inside gate has been fruitful.
Yeah, Zmarzlik with a good clean start from gate 1. Moves out a little bit, but he's quick to turn back and sort of shut the door on everyone. They're queuing up behind him on the inside. You see Jack Holder, he has a look up the inside of his Aussie teammate, but Max Frick shut the door. And once Max knew he was there, he did ride defensive. And what that meant was he was actually quite slow and was holding the race up a little bit. Zmarzlik lifts quite heavy off the start, but gets it under control. You can see him working the clutch on the way to the first bend. Intelligent first bend from here, moves out a little bit to stop any run. and then swiftly comes back to the inside to cover that.
It was tight, wasn't it?
Very tight, yeah. You can see Jack Holder all throughout the race here. You can see how close they are. I think this might be where he almost runs into the back of him off the corner. Jack Holder turns back here. Do they make contact? Bang, yes they do. But Frick holds, you know, he holds his ground. There's no room for him. And it was a defensive ride from Frick, but he'd be happy with 2 points.
Good winning time as well, just like the previous race from Dudek's into the 65-second bracket. That's slow compared to what we've seen in the past, where they get down to 61 seconds. But nonetheless, he won't be worried about that at all. He'll be just delighted to have got his evening off to a good start. As I say, he may be slightly compromised a little later on, Smarslick, because he finishes his qualifying heats from the outside. We'll see some of the action again from heat number 4. It was very, very close between the two Australians.
Well, they're looking at Lebedev's. If you look at him on the back, if you keep an eye on the guy in white, he turns and he goes across the centre green. I think that's what the referee wants to look at. Yeah, both wheels across the line.
Okay.
You can't go across there.
I didn't catch that in real time, but unfortunately he didn't score any points anyway. But actually, an exclusion is worse than effectively is a non-finish. Yeah. So that is worse than if you finished in 4th place. But a disappointing start for Andrei Lebedev. The only consolation he has 4 more chances to make an LCQ. This is a very good-looking lineup. A very good-looking lineup. So here we go then. We get back on with the action in heat number 5. Track grading has been completed, and we've got some race winners here. 3 race winners and a 3rd place from Jack Holder. This is a really hotly contested heat. Something's got to give. That man on the inside who was showed some speed, but just could not battle his way through and get the better of Frick in his opening ride. There's no doubt that Holder, the quickest man in practice, looked like he had speed. He was just a little, well, he was just trapped on the inside, just couldn't quite get to the major points. Kubera, Kurtz and Dudek all won their first races. Good looking lineup here, Ollie.
Yeah, tasty lineup, and it's interesting that Kurtz has got gate 3, which Dudek made it from, so it's possible. I think the tricky start is going to be gate 4, and that doesn't seem to be offering a lot at all at the moment. Gate 4, sorry. But yeah, gate 3, you've got a chance, I think.
We will wait to see how that transpires. Kubera made an absolutely fabulous start in heat number 1. He does something similar. He could still maybe get there from gate 2. Holder's on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Kubera. Kurtz in gate number 3 in white. And Dudek goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Which way is this one going to go? 3 winners here going head to head. And again, Kubera's made a lovely start. But it's Kurtz out of gate 3. You were spot on, Ollie. Kurtz, who I fancied, he looked really good in practice earlier on this afternoon, and that is quite an effort. And the Australian fires himself to the front. Kubera now hanging on in second place. Oh, he's clapped up. Oh, desperate. No luck at all for Kurtz. He'd done all the hard yards.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking for Brady Kurtz to make that start from gate 3. That would have been an incredible result, but now that leaves Kubera in front. Once again, Jack Holder showing loads of speed, just like he did in his first heat race. He's going to be working that. He's working the outside in the sort of apex of the corner. He'll turn it back. Nearly ran into the back of him. He's cut back to the inside. Kubera's still got just enough breathe in his face.
Now there's a lap to go. Kubera's under huge pressure. Here comes Holder again. Kubera having to ride narrow down the back straight on the last lap. Now Holder going for the blast round the outside. The charge to the checkered flag. Which way is it going to go? Holder got there. I think Holder might just have stolen the win away. Best race of the evening. You've got to feel for Kurtz. Nothing's going his way. He did exactly what he needed to do. He had hit the front, and then for whatever reason, his bike gave up the ghost. But what a ride from Jack Holder. I think he got there. He took the chance to come around the outside of Kubera, and that run to the line. Their bikes have got transponders on them, so they will know which way this has gone. But a terrific effort, and this time Holder elects to go for a run around the outside. Still waiting for the result. He's got there. He's got there. And that is a fantastic effort from the Australian, who really did look red hot earlier on, and that was a very impressive ride indeed. Jack Holder picked up his first win of the evening. Kuvera back in second place, and Dudek in third, and unfortunately Brady Kurtz packed up. That's such a shame for him when he was out in front when the bike gave up the ghost. Riders are at tapes. We are going to have a quick look at this last gasp effort. Brilliant.
Jack Holder around the outside. This is the last corner. Just gets round him. I think Kuvera expected the threat from the inside because he'd been up there the previous 2 laps, but Holder tricked in there really and went round the outside. A great ride from him. He showed pace all day.
Yeah, it was impressive. He goes on to 4 points from 2 rides so far. Jack Holder looking good. Right, heat number 6. The riders are at tapes, and we see Max Frick for the second time as well. Nitsky not off the pace, first time out, but very much involved. Frick's on the inside in red. Jepsen Jensen, gate number 2 in blue. Robert Lambert needing some points, gate number 3 in white, and Nazar Finitsky from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, heat number 6. And that got very lively indeed in that previous race. Will we see something similar here? This time, tapes are up, we're underway into the first turn, and Jepsen Jensen, his bike took off halfway to the first turn, and he made it work, and he's hit the front. Here comes Frick up the inside of Lambert. Lambert squeezed against the fence down that back straight. It's narrow there, not too much racing room, but Lambert round the outside now squares the corner off. Lovely move from Robert Lambert. Classic Speedway from Robert Lambert to charge back into second place, but Jepsen Jensen, they've made some tweaks there, because that bike's really going great guns now.
They have. They were listening to us, Kel. Jepsen Jensen out in front, stretching his lead. Great first lap from Robert Lambert. Like you said, a classic Speedway cutback. Built up his pace around the outside of turns 3 and 4. Cut back under Frick. Dived underneath him. Frick's not fast. He was okay in qualifying, but he's struggling here now. And he's going further and further behind. But what a ride from Jepsen Jensen from gate 2. Not seen a win from there all night. We've not seen a start from there all night, that's for sure.
Smashing stuff. And, Michael Jepsen Jensen, this is what we were expecting to see. Disappointing in Germany. Just picked up 2 World Championship points, but by golly, that was an impressive ride from him. Robert Lambert really fighting for his points to come through on Max Frick. Lovely ride from him. He picks up his first points of the evening. But Jepsen Jensen, who struggled for a bit of speed in his first ride, well, he found a whole load of it in his second one. 3 points for Jepsen Jensen, 2 points for Robert Lambert in second place, 1 point for Max Frick in third, and Nazar Finitsky just misses out in heat number 6. Smashing race this, and Lambert the entertainer.
Yeah, Jepsen Jensen makes a really good start from gate 2. That's the first one of those we've seen, and that'll give confidence to everyone else who's got that coming up. You see Robert Lambert here in the white helmet. He gets the gate shut firmly down the back straight by Max Frick. Watch it again. Great start from Jepsen Jensen. Great throttle and clutch control going into the first bend. We keep an eye on Robert Lambert. He's trying to build his speed up around the outside. Frick will have a look. He knows he's there. He'll come into shot now. Here's Lambert. Moves in deep into turns 3 and 4. Builds up some pace. Turns back. Big straight line and pushes his way up the inside of Frick. Really good move from Robert Lambert.
Very good time from Jepsen Jensen. 64.6 seconds. So track getting better, and he utilised it, and whatever moves they made and tweaks they made in the pits between the first and second ride worked a treat for Jepsen Jensen in heat number 6. Riders are at tapes for heat 7. Bednar, the wild card, we see the world champion out of gate number 2. As I say, he gets gates 1 and 2 early on, then he gets gate 3 twice and gate 4. Schmarzlik needs to make these inside gates pay now. Bednar, inside gate, red helmet colour for the wild card. Bartosz Schmarzlik, gate number 2 in blue. Jan Kvet will come out of gate 3 in white, and Anders Thompson off the outside in yellow. And Kvet has changed his bike here. Didn't fancy the first one, didn't work out, had a horrible ride. It's a clean bike. Let's hope he gets a good ride this time. Here we go then. revs are up, and the tapes are up. And look at that start from the champion. Absolutely masterclass. Kvek's come up the inside of him, though. That's a lovely first turn. I tell you what, he's made the right choice. That bike's working far better than the horrible one he rode a little bit earlier on. But Jan Kvek, delighting the home crowd, leads the world champion.
Yeah, what a first bend from the home track hero. Jan Kvek, he's out in front, Zmarzlik in second. You know he's going to pressure him until the end of the race. He now switches to the outside. Is he going to look to cut back? He is.
Here he comes! Here comes the champion! He steams up the inside! Kvek trying to replay the compliment, can't quite put it off! Thompson's back in third place, and what a ride that is from Bartosz Zmarzlik! You just know when he's in the mood, he's no stopping him. Kvek's not out of it, luck to go!
Yeah, Kvek's showing a lot of speed here. He's putting pressure back on Zmarzlik. He's having a look around the outside of him now.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. Not many people go around the outside of him.
One last blast here, Ollie. Off the final corner, here comes Kvek. Just the line, Zmarzlik hangs on. Zmarzlik's got to change that setup. He was spinning something terrible. It was only his skill and his talent that got him to the front there. They'll be doing some soul searching once they get back. But Zmarzlik leads the Grand Prix. He moves on to 6 out of 6 with Jepsen Jensen back on 5. Good ride from Zmarzlik. Had to work hard there because Kvek, on his good bike, came through nicely with 2 points in second place. 1 point for Anders Thompson in third, and Bednar just fine in the competition. Pretty tough in Grand Prix here this evening. The wild card missed out in heat number 7.
Yeah, watch Bartosz Zmarzlik there in the blue helmet, makes a great gate. Moves out wide, but probably doesn't go too far, so doesn't pick up the dirt. Kvek then sneaks up the inside, but here's the move from Zmarzlik. Classic move from him. You used to see Golob do it. Rides down the middle of the straight and just dives up the inside. But like you said, he doesn't have loads of speed. I think it was a sort of yeah, maybe too much power. But once Kvek, once he changed bike, got off that horrible first one, this nice second one, it's a beauty.
yeah, the other one's up for sale. Right, here we go then, heat number 8. And Jason Doyle's out here, and the former world champion has a warning from his first ride. That stays with him throughout the evening. If he moves again, he'll be excluded. So, this will complete the second block of races. Everybody will have had a couple of rides. This is a tasty-looking lineup once again. Doyle's on the inside. We've got Verina, who was exciting first time out. Leon Madsen looked like he had some pace, but probably didn't quite get the points he deserved. But Doyle on that inside gate will be very keen to try and utilise it. He's there. Red helmet colour for the Australian. Casper Verina, the championship leader, gate number 2 in blue. Leon Madsen, gate 3 in white. And Lebedev's looking for his first points of the evening. Will start heat number 8 from the outside gate in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then. Another smashing looking lineup. Green light is on. We're racing. They charge into the first turn, and Doyle is just about going to get there. He runs wide. That leaves the door wide open, and it's Verina. Verina. Oh! Here comes Madsen. That could have got very nasty indeed. I tell you what, Jason Doyle had to come out of the throttle big time. Here comes Doyle back at him. Gets the better of Verina. While all that shenanigans was going on, Leon Madsen pounced down the back straight, and the Danish man is away, and Doyle is giving chase in second place.
Yeah, tasty first corner there. Leon Madsen benefited from the carnage in front of him. Casper Verina shut the door hard on Doyle. Doyle repaid the favour, but Leon Madsen, he's out in front. He'll be happy with this. Verina in third place, not showing the pace we saw earlier on, all at the last Grand Prix.
Track's gone slick.
It has gone really slick. Yeah, it's dried out.
Lebedev's is coming at Verina. Verina having to work hard just to hang on to a point. Madsen is good in front. Doyle has come on strong. One last chance from him. Lebedev's coming on hard behind Verina in third place. But Madsen wins for the first time in Grand Prix in 2026. Had a nightmare in Lancashire. Absolute nightmare. Didn't fancy it, didn't like it, but he was third here last year, and he's got his Grand Prix right on track now, moving on to 4 points from his 2 outings so far. Doyle likewise, hard charging ride once again from Doyle. Madsen 3 points out in front. Jason Doyle in second place, 2 points. Verina back in third, 1 point for the championship leader, and Lebedev's out of the points once again. No points from 2 rides, up against it already. Lebedev's having a tough night once again.
Yeah, keep your eye on Doyle here from gate 1. He opts to go wide on the first bend. Casparina says, I'll have a bit of that, and shoots up the inside, and wow, he hits his front wheel down the back straight. That could have been so much worse.
That was
yeah, it was ruthless. It really was.
That was wild.
Yeah, here you go. Cuts in front of Doyle. Doyle comes off the gas. Nothing he can do. Oh, hits his front wheel. That could have been messy. But Leon Madsen, he sees it and he cuts back and he gets clear. But Doyle repays the favour here. He turns back up the inside of Arena.
Excuse me.
And takes that place back from him. And says, have a bit of that. But Lebedevs, he was faster than Verena. Verena didn't look good there. He's got to make changes. Like you said during the race, Kelvin, the track has really slickened off. It's dried out so quickly.
Yes.
It was dusty in that last race. So
warm still,
yeah.
Isn't it? And the sun's still bathing it. And you can see with Smarslik and Verena just possibly caught out of touch with the gearing or the bike setup not quite there and having to really scrap for the points. But for Leon Madsen, that was an encouraging ride from him. And as I say, that's his first heat win in 2026 back in the SGP. And the former world #2 from 2019 has the talent, has the speed. And if he's in the mood and it stays relatively slick, he will be a major threat tonight. Smarslik leads the way. He's unbeaten after 2 rides on 6. Then we've got Jepsen Jensen and Kubera on 5. Madsen moving into 4th place, excuse me, on 4. Dudek the same. That's the position after a couple of rides each. Yeah, he bounced back well there, and clearly he made the right choices, because not only did he win the race, he won it in the fastest race time so far this evening, and he's sitting pretty on 5 points, so he's had a solid start to round #2 after a really disappointing opening round of the World Championship. Jack Holder, I fancy him tonight. I think if he can make a start or two, I think he's got the pace to be knocking on the door of another Grand Prix victory tonight. And what can you say about Brady Kurtz? He's just having one of those seasons where last year everything went right. Yeah. Everything went right. He's not doing anything different. And this year nothing's quite clicking, is it? And you've got to feel for him, and it must be testing his mentality right now.
Yeah, you really do, and it's even more it's even more of a kick when you've just made the start off gate 3. When the riders look at the program tonight, they'll earmark gates 3 and 4 and think, I need to get some points off those. That's really important. So that will have hurt.
Indeed it will, and but he'll be back, sure. So heat #9 we're waiting for now. We're focusing on Casper Verena's pit bay, where he is still proudly wearing the gold race jacket when he comes to the tapes. As I say, that's been reintroduced for 2026. Last time we saw it was back in 2009. So heat #9, we will see Panitsky, Lebedevs, Kubera and Bednar. A couple of riders there out of the points so far. Lebedevs in particular needs to get his Grand Prix underway. Madsen, Kurtz, Smarslik, Lambert. What a heat that is, heat #10. Then we see the championship leader Verena in 11 with Dudek, Thompson and Frick. And Jack Holder, Doyle, Jepsen Jensen and Kvek in heat #12. Heat #10 so far looks very interesting indeed. And heat 12 also another really strong looking race. But Madsen off the inside in heat 10, he could be a major threat to Smarslik and Kurtz.
Yeah, agree with that. Hopefully Kurtz will be able to bounce back from that engine failure.
Let's hope so. So riders are up at tapes for heat #9. It is, not heat #8. Heat #9 is with us. And we've got the youngster Nazar Panitsky from Ukraine. We'll start from the inside. There we go. Got the graphic bang on now, heat #9. And just got me guessing there for a moment. But Lebedev's out again, 3rd race for him. He needs a win. He's changed his bike. I'm looking down here from the commentary position. That's a brand new bike. And you can understand why when he has failed to score so far. On the inside is Panitsky in the red helmet colour. Lebedev's on a new bike, gate #2 in blue. Dominic Kubera out of gate 3 in white. And Bednar starts from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Kubera's looked good so far tonight, but will Lebedev's improve on his 2nd bike? Here we go. Terrific stuff. Panitsky's made a lovely start, but Kubera's hustled his bike right away across from gate 3. Good stuff from Kubera. It's going well tonight. He fires himself down the back straight. youngster Panitsky in second place, holding his own. Lebedev's coming through in third place, Bednar at the back, but I've got to say, Kubera is having a really good evening here, and he really did work hard.
Lebedev pushed himself up the inside of Panitsky there, moved himself up into second place, but like you said, Kubera made a really good start. There's 3 good starts for him tonight. He'll be very, very happy with that from what is a tricky #1 position.
Lebedev's hit the fence going over the start and finish line. I thought he was coming off, but I tell you what, Lebedev's is on his good bike now, the nice bike, because the horrible bike is back in the pits, because he has got pace. A lap to go. Kubera's in front. Bednar now coming up the inside of Panitsky, who's lost all his speed and has been relegated to the back. Bednar runs wide and allows Panitsky back, but it's tight. Bednar now through into third place, but meanwhile out in front, Kubera off the last corner, and 3 points again for Kubera. His second race victory of the evening, and he moves on to 7 points. Excuse me, not 7 points. He moves on to 8 points. He's had 2 wins and a second place, and Kubera, who's had a steady start to the season, has had a strong start to tonight's Grand Prix. 3 points for him out in front. Lebedev's his first points of the evening in second place, 2 points. Bednar picks up a point in third, 1 point for him. And Panitsky missed out here, but
what a start.
Kubera, that was really good stuff from him.
Yeah, brilliant start from Kubera in the white helmet colour there. Bike launched itself off the line and just drove all the way to the first bend. Here we see Lebedev. This is his move up the inside of Panitsky. Uses that little bit of dirt on the inside around the curb, moves him out of the way. Possibly a little bit of inexperience there from Panitsky, and then Panitsky comes under pressure from Bubba Bednar. He dives his way up the inside. Good ride for the local youngster to get his first points of the night. But Lebedev looked quick in second. He's got rid of the horrible bike. He's on the good one, and it looks better.
There's a couple of bikes for sale in the pits now, if you're interested. Anyway, heat number 10 is with us, but Kubera will be chuffed to bits with the way his evening has started. He leads the way on 8 points so far. Here we go then, heat number 10. Leon Madsen's out here. This is a really good lineup. This is hard to call a winner. Really is hard to call a winner here. This is a great race to win. Really is. And Smarslik, who's unbeaten so far from his first 2 rides, got gate 3, as I say, his draw of number 15. He had gate 1, 2, then he goes 3, 4, and then 3. So tough end to his qualifying. Madsen on the inside in red, Kurtz alongside him in blue in gate number 2. Smarslik out of gate 3 in white, and off the outside is Robert Lambert in the blue and the yellow helmet colour. Unbelievable lineup. It could be the final.
Tasty.
Could be the final here this evening. What way is it going to go? Kurtz will be smarting. He can't believe what happened last time out. Here we go. Who's going to get to the front? Green light comes on now. Long pause and we're away. Madsen's made a good start on the inside. Kurtz is right there. Here comes Smarslik up the inside. Lambert's trying to follow him through. It's close coming off the first corner. It's tight down the back straight. Nothing to choose between Kurtz and Smarslik. Smarslik roars across in front of Kurtz. Leon Madsen now in front. Oh, here comes Smarslik up the inside. Unbelievable speedway on the opening lap. But Madsen, here comes Kurtz now. What a response from the Australians.
Yeah, what a move from Kurtz. Splits down the middle of Smarslik and Lambert down the back straight. He's now in second. Madsen out in front. He's ignored all the chaos so far. But Smarslik, once again, he's putting himself about, but he's not that fast.
Spinning up, hasn't got the drive he wanted. Leon Madsen has. That was really a lot of fireworks going on there on the first couple of laps. We're into the last lap. Smarslik has closed back in once again on Kurtz. Kurtz hanging tough in second place. Madsen looking like he's going to go back-to-back victories here. This is more like it from the Danish man, the former world number 2, Leon Madsen. What a return to form. How about that? Nowhere in Lancashire, completely out of touch, and all of a sudden we're seeing the best of Leon Madsen in his last couple of rides here in the Marquetta Stadium this evening. Brady Kurtz, stunning ride to come through back into second place. Madsen out in front, 3 points for him. Brady Kurtz, 2 points in second place. Bartosz Smarslik dropping points for the first time this evening, 1 point in third. And Robert Lambert missed out here. This was a tough race.
It really was. Lambert made a poor start from 4. 4 has been bad though. But Madsen, he's out in front here. He misses all the sort of chaos behind. Smarslik and Kurtz are neck and neck going down the back straight. Smarslik is not letting that position go. He pushes hard up the inside of Kurtz. Kurtz knows what he's about to do, so he cuts back. He's aware of it. And then Smarzek even has a look up the inside of Madsen. Incredibly brave here. I thought he was going to pile up the inside, but he didn't. He put the brakes on. Kurtz then uses that to cut back, and now 3 abreast on the back straight. He
Unbelievable.
goes between Lambert and Smarzek. What a move by him. And Smarzek's struggling. It's the same as he was in Lancia. He's getting points on the board, but he doesn't look 100%.
He's spinning up. I can see it. He's just tearing the tyre apart. Put your hand on the tyre, be red hot. Because it's spinning so hard.
Just send him a text and let him know.
Yeah, I will do. WhatsApp him right now. Heat number 11. And Nicky Pedersen down in the pits there, looking after his charge. And he'll be chuffed a bit to see Leon Madsen going so well tonight. There's the standings. Cabrera leading the way on 8. Everybody's dropping a point or 2. Madsen on 7. Smarzek likewise. Jepsen Jensen going well. He's only had a couple of rides. Brady Kurtz on 5 after that problem he had earlier on. But Dudek's out here. Another good-looking ride here, another good-looking heat rather. Casper Verena on the inside in the red helmet colour. Dudek, gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white is Anders Thompson. But Max Frick will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Verena, what can he do from gate number 1? Takes her up, put her away. Tell you what, Dudek's made a lovely start. Verena charges in there. Thompson coming round the outside. It's tight coming off the first turn. Here comes Verena and Thompson. Thompson winds it on, having to run wide. Dudek's on the inside of the track, but Thompson coming around the outside. Oh! Verena just literally tore the nose off of Max Frick. Now Verena goes up the inside of Dudek. Can you believe what we're watching? Dudek responding. It's neck and neck as they go into turn 3 on the second time around. But Anders Thompson back in the Grand Prix, looking like a winner in front.
He is. What a first lap from Thompson around the outside of Dudek. Dudek, I think, was more concerned about Verena on the inside. And Thompson swept round him, and he's going clear now. Dudek in second place, getting hounded by Verena. Verena's lively as usual. He is lively.
Yeah, he's putting it about, that's for sure. But Anders Thompson winding it on high and wide out of the first and second corner on the last lap. And the Danish rider out of the Grand Prix coming in as an injury replacement here tonight. And he wins in fine style. Dudek just about hanging on in second place with a big last gasp from Verena around the outside. Verena is spectacular, but he's dropping points in his last couple of outings. But for Anders Thompson, from gate number 3, a terrific move early on in the race to get himself to the front, and he picks up the 3 points. Dudek back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Verena in third, and Max Frick off the pace, I'm sorry to say. He was out of the points in this particular race. Let's see it again.
Yeah, ref held the tapes for quite a long time there. And when they do go, it's Dudek who makes the best jump, or he makes an equal jump, but his bike just pulls to the corner a little bit better than Verena, allows him to get over the top of him. Thompson has one thing on his mind. He sets himself for that outside run, goes deep into turn 3 and 4. And here you see, keep an eye on Thompson on the outside. He lets the bike run. I don't think Dudek expects this at all. Now watch Verena as well, smash. Absolutely no way was he letting Max Frick through there. And Frick's woes continue, really. He's struggling.
I feel for the safety pins.
I feel for Max Frick.
Yeah, Frick certainly had to take avoiding action, but Anders Thompson will be really pleased with that. Let's please. Here you can see the Speedway World Cup, which will be in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. Do not miss that. If you can get along to that meeting, then tickets are still available. It will be one hell of a night of Speedway World Cup action in the capital of Poland, in the PGE Narodowy at the end of August. Okay, back to the action here. Heat number 12. Jack Holder on the inside in red. Jason Doyle, gate number 2 in blue. Michael Jepsen Jensen, impressive last time, gate 3 in white. And Jan Quebec, likewise, had a lot of speed on his second bike. He'll start heat number 12 from the outside gate in the yellow helmet colour. Doyle's been in the thick of the action, and so is Jack Holder. He was a good winner last time. He's got the inside gate this time, heat 12. Let's go. Great start from Jepsen Jensen. He's made that beautifully, but I've got to say, Jack Holder recovered very nicely.
Good first bend.
3 abreast coming off the first turn. And I've got to say, Michael Jepsen Jensen, brave, allowing the bike to run very wide, using the dirt. He's hit the fence hard there. Here comes Holder now, charging hard in second place, trying to get up the inside of the Danish rider. But Michael Jepsen Jensen, well, he's turning on the style here.
Yeah, looks like a new man here in Prague. Looks mega confident out in front. Possibly slightly overconfident with how wide he went, but he knew what he was doing on the first bend. He made a good start, let the bike run high into the dirt. Yeah, it is pulling his arms out. Jack Holder in second, looks quick again. Jack's looked good tonight, he's got good pace. Oh, nearly runs up the back of him.
Fantastic stuff as they go into the last lap. Sorry, Ollie. He very nearly ran in the back of him, and Holder's trying everything he knows. I'll tell you what, Jensen, the bike is almost unrideable in the corners. He's done very well indeed to keep it all together. And Michael Jensen turning it all on here once again. And he moves on to 8 points from his outing so far. And clearly, that what we were hearing in the chat with Emma a little earlier on, the fact that he went back to the setup he had in practice, well, I tell you what, it's paying dividends here. 3 points for Jensen, his second race win of the evening. Jack Holder, a strong ride in second place, 2 points for him. Kvek in third, 1. And Jason Doyle missed out there in heat number 12. Cool. Dear, oh dear, there's some pretty spectacular stuff. But Michael Jensen's bike was almost on the edge of being unrideable, because you could see in the corners he was hanging on to it by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, I could hear it off the start. It really, you could hear it labour off the start, and he's gone straight out to the outside. And the bike looks borderline lazy in the middle of the corner. It's hard for him to hang on to. It's pulling his arms out. And what we mean by that is he's getting so much traction, it's hard for him to turn the bike. So as soon as he hits the bike stops sliding and just wants to go straight, and he's having to hang on to it for dear life coming off the corner. But he looks confident. He seems to be fine now, you know. Well, he didn't look fine there. That's tight. That's very tight.
Yeah, the heart rate went up a touch.
I thought he was coming in the commentary box there.
Yeah, good evening, Michael. No, it was another terrific ride from a man who has been in the international wilderness for over a decade. And now all of a sudden he is in his early 30s. He is back and is looking terrific here tonight after a disappointing opening round in Landshut. Sweating, hot, clearly enjoys it, because he moves to the top of the charts on 8 points from his 3 outings so far. Impressive from Michael Jensen. He'll be keeping it going, I'm sure. Dudek also looking quite useful. Okay, let's get some more reaction. Emma's working overtime. Bartosz Zmarzlik's with her now.
Liam, look, it was a perfect start for you, Bartek, in your first few rounds, but then just dropped off slightly in that last heat that you were in. What happened there?
I made the mistake on the second laps. Be fast, too much fast on the end on the corner, and later I don't have place going to the outside. I must be, you know, close the gas and going to the to the Leon, and later I make again the come back my bike going to the outside to bad line, and Brady make it better line for the end.
I'll tell you what, it was entertaining to watch.
Next lap.
It was entertaining to watch, though, I'll tell you that, Bartek.
Yes, I think so. Me and Brady be everywhere in this heat.
We were loving it. Look, I've been asking your fellow riders about the heat, because it does make such a difference, doesn't it? How is it impacting you, the weather?
Weather? Too warm.
Yeah, very, very hot here, isn't it?
Yes, too hot, too much, but it is how it is. I love the sun and warm.
And that battle with Jan Kvek, were you enjoying that?
Yeah, I mix so another good racing with the Jan, and yeah, I hope so we make more good hits today.
We are watching that at present. We can see that going out, that battle with Jan Kvek. Can you just talk us through it from your point of view?
Yes, but I think so we make it the normal good fighting hits, and I don't remember too much now these hits.
Caught in the moment, weren't you? Thank you very much. Best of luck for the rest of the evening, Bartek. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Good to see Bartosz Zmarzlik, and good to see him giving some interviews during the evening as well. That's rare. We haven't seen that for a long time. I would say that when you look at the top speed, Zmarzlik is off the pace, and I would think that he does need to find a little bit more pace if he's going to win here this evening. His last couple of rides just doesn't look like he's got enough speed coming off the corners. When you look at Jensen's almost got too much. Here we go, the Speedway World Cup once again. It's presented by Monster Energy. There are tickets available. It is in the PGE Narodowy Stadium at the end of August. please, if you want to go, it is going to be a fabulous event in a wonderful stadium in the capital, Warsaw of Poland. Something to look forward to in the upcoming months. Max Frick, who has had a disappointing evening so far. Frick just on 3 points, not having a great start to his campaign in 2026. And what a turnaround by Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Leon Madsen. Both of them really out of touch in Landshut.
Yeah.
Entirely different here.
Yeah, we earmarked them at the start of the meeting and said they really need to bounce back, and we thought they were capable of a lot more, and they really have. They've shown up today. Possibly track conditions suit them. It's not quite, you know, it hasn't got the ruts and grooves in it that Landshut had. Suits their style a little bit more. Both riders are certainly well known for being good on your kind of flatter, slicker tracks. Here we see some race action from earlier on. Lebedev's diving up the inside of Parnitsky, very tough on him. Get out of the way and coming through. And then Bednar does the same, pushes his way up the inside of Parnitsky there. But Lebedev's, once he changed bikes, he looked like he had a lot more speed. Cabrera has been gating well, but doesn't look overly quick, but his starts have been very good.
Yeah, and he's taking a lot of solace from that. This was this hugely competitive heat number 10, and you've got to say that Leon Madsen nails it off the inside. Then this real scrap between the world number 1 and 2 from last year. And Brady Kurtz keeps his cool here and his composure, because Smarslik there, that's the moment when Smarslik loses all his momentum, because he has to come off the gas, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and
he does.
Kill his speed.
Yeah, and the modern day Speedway engine, once you come off the throttle like that going into the bend, it's going to take you half a lap to get those revs up again. That's an issue. The riders nowadays, they very rarely come off the throttle, and when you do, it takes a long time to build it up again, especially with the kind of rear sprocket you'll be using on a place like Prague.
We're moving on to the very next race, and we've got Verena on the inside, but Dudek superb out of gate number 2 initially. But Anders Thompson, this was his moment, and he's forced to the outside, but he shows bravery here to get the grip and get himself to the front.
He does, and it was nice to hear from him. He looks like he's enjoying himself. Always a fun character to get an interview from, always fairly upbeat and willing to sort of play the game as far as the cameras are concerned, which is nice.
So here's the next 4 races for you. Heat number 13 with Quebec, Madsen, Frick and Cabrera. Good match-up between Madsen and Cabrera there. Robert Lambert desperately needs a win. Jack Holder going along pretty well. Verena also needs some points. Bednar on 1. Lebedev's, Thompson, Jensen and Kurtz in heat number 15. Interesting between Kurtz and Jensen there, you've got to believe. Dudek, Panitsky, Doyle and Smarslik out in heat number 16. As I reiterate, the draw now for Smarslik is unfavourable. It's not great. He finishes qualifying all from the outside, and I think the foundation, the fact that he had 2 wins from the inside 2 gates, quite possibly could just be coming to his saviour. But Smarslik will want to go straight to the final, as everybody does. But right now, Jepsen-Jensen and Cabrera are in those top 2 positions. Will it stay that way? Well, we haven't got too much longer to wait to find out. Riders are at tapes, heat number 13. Just to give you the date of the Speedway World Cup exactly, the 29th of August in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. Tickets are still available. Here we go then. Leon Madsen having a much better evening. He's had a couple of race wins. He's out here. And Quebec's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Leon Madsen alongside in gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick, he needs some points here. Gate 3 in white, and Cabrera, as you rightly say, has been making some super starts. He goes from the outside, but we haven't had a race win from the outside so far this evening, Ollie. Will Cabrera change that now? Here we go then. Star Marshall's happy, he moves away. Yes, for Steentop. Madsen moved there. Will the red light come on? Yes, it surely does. Yeah, yes, it surely does. And Madsen, just a little bit nervy on the start line there. He will get a warning for that.
Yeah.
Did he touch the tapes? Don't think he did.
Don't think so, no. There's definitely movement, and I thought maybe Cabrera on the outside moved a little, I'm not sure, but definitely Madsen did. So unsatisfactory start.
So there's a warning confirmed for Leon Madsen from the referee. As I say, I think that's an indication now, all of a sudden, of how important starting is going to be here tonight. Yeah, clear movement from the man on gate number 2, Leon Madsen. He will have to be more disciplined moving forward because the warning stays with you throughout the night. So if you do that again, then you are excluded from the race, and that would be a shame for Madsen because he's put himself in a good position.
Yeah, it shows you how desperate he is to get off the line. I think he's got a chance there from gate 2. He was pretty much there. I know he moved a little bit, but yeah,
it hit the front in the middle of the first corner. Kubera, who elected to choose the draw of number 1, where he comes out with a freshly prepared track every time. Very little water's gone down this time. And I tell you what, that draw might actually be proving to be quite handy because he's only dropped 1 point so far. And I think it's a number that a lot of riders did not fancy, but he was brave enough to take it. Riders coming back to the tapes for the second time of asking. Jan Kvek, who's looked quite handy in his last couple of rides, is there on the inside. And we'll just run through the lineup for you. The inside for Kvek in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Leon Madsen. Gate 3 in white is Max Frick, and Dominic Bear off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Second time of asking. Start Marshall. Looks up, moves away. Green light is on. Tapes her up. Madsen's made a lovely start. That bike absolutely perfect to the first corner. Did that dig in and go? Crikey, did it. And fantastic round the first corner. Leon Madsen's bike is really running well. Max Frick steaming out. I'll tell you what, he did well to miss the back of Madsen there and keep it all together and managed to hang on to second place. Kubera is at the back, gate 4, not working for him. But Leon Madsen has turned up, and has turned up in some style tonight.
He really has. He was good last year in Prague, and he has bounced back from a terrible opening round. He's looking good out in front. Big battle for second between Frick and Kvek. Frick really almost a desperate move, a move of desperation on the first lap, but he's now actually hunting down Madsen. That outside line on turn 2, paying dividends. He's going to try it again on turn 4.
Here we go. 1 lap to go, Ollie. And Max Frick clearly determined to try and pick up a win here tonight. Right out wide, but Leon Madsen has a sneaky look over his shoulder. Here comes Frick. One last chance for Max Frick. Roaring round the outside. Madsen on the inside. Frick's done him. What an effort from Max Frick.
What a bounce back.
What a way to bounce back. You're dead right. Frick's done nothing really this evening. He's been on the receiving end all night. And all of a sudden we saw the best of the Australian in heat number 13. Madsen, gracious, shaking hands down the back straight. But that was more like it for Max Frick. Smashing ride. 3 points for the Australian. Leon Madsen relegated to second place. 2 points, 1 point for Jan Kvek. And Kubera for the first time this evening off that graveyard of gate 4. Graveyard gate 4 fails to score in heat number 13. But this is a fine effort from Max Frick.
Yeah, Leon Madsen makes a great start from gate 2. He commands the first bend. Max Frick, he uses that outside line immediately. He cuts back and dives up the inside. This is a really hard move because he has to get in between. He has to go under Kvek and miss Madsen's back wheel. Not an easy thing to do. But the good thing here with Frick is he doesn't give up. He sticks to that outside line, just keeps building his speed and And in the end, he overtakes him quite comfortably on the last bend. What a comeback from that man, because he looked miles off it before this race, miles off it.
Terrific ride, and was brave to roar around the outside. Madsen conservative around the inside, helped him, but nonetheless that man took the chance, a little bit desperate, fast winning time, and Frick has forced his way right into contention here this evening with that lovely ride in heat number 13. Heat 14. Riders are at tapes, and Robert Lambert's out here. We're looking at him 5:05. Lambert not having the evening he would have wished for. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Jack Holder alongside him, gate number 2 in blue. Verena, gate 3 in white. He needs a point or 2. And Bednar off the outside, the wild card. Big night for Bednar. Really is a baptism of fire for the young man in the Grand Prix here in Prague tonight. But for Robert Lambert, who made the final in Lancet, he's having a very difficult evening. He's languishing well down in 13th place right now. Pressure on. Tapes her up. Let's go racing. He's made a lovely start. It's tight going into the first corner. Keep your eyes on Jack Holder. Holder trying to take care of Verena.
Verena loves it.
Verena's done a Max Frick. He's got charging around the outside, but Verena does it in his own style. He goes even wider. Here comes Holder on the inside of Robert Lambert. And Holder now charges into to second place. Verina all over the place, but you can't take your eyes off of him.
No, Verina using that really wide line. He's getting so much grip off the corner, he almost loses control.
Oh,
he's
hit
at
the
the fence. And Jack Holder in second is probably, he's on guard now. He's not sure where he's going, but Casper Verina, very brave out in front once again, throwing caution to the wind. Look how wide he's going, so deep into turn 4.
Steady now. 1 lap to go. Casper Verina has kept us on the edge of our seats throughout the 4 laps.
Here we go.
My goodness gracious me, he must be a fit man because that bike's putting his arms off. And Casper Verina, the championship leader. Oh my goodness gracious me. He's a bit untidy, but by golly, that was impressive. I tip my hat to him.
Yeah.
Because he really didn't need to do that on the last lap, but possibly felt that Jack Holder was closer than he was. I think Holder just thought, mate, if you're prepared to go that wide,
you can have it.
You can have the 3 points. But Casper Verina, the entertainer, in heat number 14.
What a man.
What a man. You needed to be a man. 3 points out in front, 2 points for Jack Holder, 1 point for Robert Lambert, struggling tonight. And Bubba Bednar misses out in a very entertaining heat number 14. Talk us through this, Ollie. This is quite exceptional.
Where do I start? So Verina first, he goes straight to the outside on the first bend. He's got his leg back coming off the corner to try and turn. Here he goes, so wide. How close he is to the fence.
Wow.
That's round the outside of Lambert, first lap. My arms are tired watching the man. Casper Verina there down the edge of the straight again, but he never backs off. He goes, look how wide he is. The bike's barely turning. He's out in that deep stuff. Look at that. Front wheels in the air. He's what? A foot from the fence, if that.
That's a long track. He's long tracking that. But
he's been copying you, Kelv, off the bend.
Yeah. I fancy I was a little bit tidier than
you were.
that most of the time. It would have frightened me too much doing that, but certainly Casper Verina, you couldn't take your eyes off of him in heat number 14, and he picked up a handy win as a consequence. Heat 15 is with us, and the riders are at tapes, getting ready and prepared. Heat 15's got something to live up to because Mr. Verina just moved the scale a touch there.
He did, he's up the bar.
He did indeed. Lebedevs, who's changed his bike, picked up a couple of points last time, needs to keep it rolling now. Needs a couple of wins and the LCQ will be his. Lebedev's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Anders Thompson, a winner last time out of gate number 2 in blue. Michael Jepsen Jensen leading the Grand Prix. Gate 3 in white. Brady Kurtz bouncing back last time on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Could be quite a clash here between gates 3 and 4. Jepsen Jensen and Kurtz. Here we go. Takes her up. Jepsen Jensen. Thompson's made a lovely start out of gate 2. He gets there, but Lebedevs has pushed him very wide. Look at Thompson. He's out of control. Here comes Jepsen Jensen. That bike worked a treat off that first turn. Here comes Lebedevs. This could be dramatic. Very dramatic. My goodness gracious me!
Wow.
I tell you what, that was absolutely ruthless. And Lebedevs comes from nowhere. And Brady Kurtz also. Where's Anders Thompson? He's on the centre green. He's out of the running. But Andre Lebedevs is a bit of a man, and he needed to be there when he forced his way to the front.
Yeah, tough first lap from Lebedevs. He moves across the front of Jepsen Jensen and gave him no room whatsoever. All 3 riders now electing to use that wide line that Verina is using. They're going across the slick and hitting that dirt coming off the bend, and it's pulling their arms out. But Andre Lebedevs for the first lap, so strong, so tough on the bike.
Had to be.
Yeah,
and down the back straight for the final time. Just had 2 points coming into this heat number 15. And Andre Lebedevs, what he dug deep there. I don't think Michael Jepsen Jensen will be shaking his hand too much, but there's no doubt that Lebedevs fighting for his Grand Prix here and moves on to 5 from his outing so far. Brady Kurtz and
yeah, he's having words with him, I think.
Well, it was pretty hectic on that.
He's not saying thanks.
No. He's just probably cancelled the card on the Christmas card list.
Yeah.
Lebedevs 3 points out in front. What a ride. Jepsen Jensen back in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Kurtz. Under pressure now, the Australian. And Anders Thompson failed to finish. What a race. Let's keep your eyes on Lebedevs
here. So Lebedevs moves Thompson wide on the first bend. Thompson gets in a bit of trouble. I thought here Jepsen Jensen was going to be clear, but Lebedevs dives up the inside and goes wider and wider. And then you see Jepsen Jensen, he lifts, he's out by the fence. Oh, and then he hits the fence, moves across the front of Kurtz. And really, he's lucky Kurtz didn't clean him up. through no fault of his own, I don't think. But Lebedev's, here we go. See, it's a tough race with Lebedev's all round. He's hard on Thompson in the first bend. And then you'll see Jepsen Jensen comes into shot now. He's in front, and Lebedev moves across the corner, across the front of him.
Jepsen Jensen
incredible bike control there, incredible.
Jepsen Jensen does remarkably well to stay on.
Yeah,
remarkably well.
Bike takes off mid-corner, and he rides it out and stays on.
Lebedev's in the points. He's had a second and a win in his last 2 outings, and really having to roll his sleeves up tonight and scrapping hard, and possibly overdid it a touch there, dare I say, but got away with it. Heat number 16. Dudek on the inside, doing a bit of gardening. We'll see Smarslik, who comes from the outside. Not easy at all for Smarslik from there. Jason Doyle, who failed to score, excuse me, in his last race. So Doyle is down in 12th place, just got 4 points. It's pressure on for the Australian. Dudek on the inside in the red helmet colour. Panitsky out of gate 2 in blue, Doyle's out of gate 3 in white, and Smarslik 7 points. Goes from the outside, the yellow helmet colour. Interesting first corner here, because they're going to go charging for the dirt. You just know it. And there isn't a lot of room out there now. Line's on, takes her up. Let's go. Panitsky's made a lovely start out of gate 2. He gets to the front. He elects to go right round the inside. Doyle's right out in the dirt. He's going to hit the front. Doyle's brave. No, he doesn't. Panitsky's done well. But here now comes Doyle. Doyle's coming through to lead heat number 16. Smarslik has followed him through. It's going to get... Oh, crikey, that was tight as they completed the first lap. Doyle's in front, but here comes Smarslik, pushing so hard down the inside.
What a move.
Wonderful ride from Smarslik.
Yeah, really good move from Smarslik. He'd stalk Doyle around the outside, then turn back. Oh, he lifts on the outside, just like Jepsen Jensen did earlier. He holds on to it. I knew this track was going to suit Smarslik. Once it got like this, he's more than happy to send it out there.
I tell you what, it's dodgy though, and it's knife edgy.
It is.
Yeah, the margin of error is absolutely minute. But Bartosz Smarslik, after dropping 2 points in his previous ride, has charged to the front here and showing fabulous commitment to the cause. Doyle is relegated to second place. Panitsky in third, with Dudek out of the points, having one last go around the outside. But Smarslik now goes on the double figures. And he joins Michael Jepsen Jensen on 10 points. And those 2 riders, having completed 4 rides each, now lead the Grand Prix. And once again, Bartosz Smarslik's superpower is the fact that even though he doesn't look quite at his very best, is in with a chance of going straight through to the final. Smarslik, 3 points for him, smashing ride. Doyle back in second place, 2 points. Panitsky picks up a point in third, and Dudek missed out in heat 16. It's breathtaking stuff. It's a bit nervy, I must say. They're having to really push the boundaries here, but another lovely race.
Yeah, good start from Panitsky on gate 2. Jason Doyle heads straight for the dirt, gets in a little bit of trouble. You can see him leg trailing off the bend there. Doyle then keeps it wound on, heads to the outside. Here's Smarslik. You can see this is the move. This is when he dives up the inside of Doyle. Doyle knows what's coming. He lets him have it going into turn 3. Oh, Smarslik on the back wheel in the middle of turn 4. Here's a slow-mo of it, leaning off the side, like incredible bike control.
Fabulous,
yeah. For the bike to lift in that position, 90% of riders are in the fence there. You know, the bike would pick up and they'd be in the air fence, but Smarslik, incredible bike control, and the track, when it gets like this, it suits him. He's brave, he's flexible, he's comfortable on the bike, incredibly confident out in that dirt line, so and he made the most of it. Good win for him, and like you said, he's not at his best, yet he's on double figures.
Yeah, and he's looking set for the grand final and to avoid the LCQs. And as I say, bike setup hasn't been spot on this evening, but the talent and the determination is quite extraordinary. Smarslik and Jepsen Jensen leading the way on 10 points, closely followed by Leon Madsen on 9, Kubera there on 8, Holder likewise, and Verena, the championship leader, on 7. FIM World Speedway World Cup. Don't forget about that. And then added over on the 29th of August. Tickets are available. Jason Doyle, who started quite brightly with a couple of second places, but has just faded a touch. He's on 6, but he hasn't won a race. Will need to pick up at least 2 points in his last one for a reasonable gate pick in the LCQ. Gate 3's working well in the last round of heats. It won heat 13, 14, back-to-back. And the first race win in heat number 16 from Bartosz Zmarzlik off the outside. Michael Jepsen-Jensen will start in heat 17 from the outside, and it's quite a lineup, I must say. Really is a strong lineup for the very next race, so very much looking forward to that. I hope you're enjoying the Grand Prix at home. We are indeed. It was a steady start. Let's get some more reaction. Emma's got Brady Kurtz with her now.
I certainly do, Brady. Such a great start for you, but then it was like your bike gave up on you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. It's never an ideal situation, so yeah, trying to look past that. The next heat was okay, and yeah, the last one wasn't so good, so hopefully can make a few changes now and really get dialed in for the last one and make something out of this.
What changes are you going to make?
Some fast ones, hopefully. Something to make the start.
Best of luck. Thank you, Brady. Thank you.
Yeah, fair play to him coming forward, because it has been a really tough time for him of late. He's had some real heavy blows, and mentally it is testing him, both on the club scene and here internationally. Right, heat number 17, he's out. Bartosz Zmarzlik is up against Jepsen-Jensen with Kubera and Verina. That is some lineup. Dudek, Lambert, Kvek and Lebedevs. Lambert having a difficult night. Dudek needing a point or two. Lebedevs coming stronger. Thompson, Madsen, Holder and Panitsky. Good matchup between Madsen and Holder. They're in gates 2 and 3. Kurtz, Frick, Bednar and Doyle in heat number 20. Kurtz will be eyeing a win in heat number 20 off the inside gate. And then he'll be hoping for a reasonable gate pick in an LCQ to try and make the final here tonight. He's being sorely tested. It was all going so well last year. 5 consecutive Grand Prix wins, totally dominant in the second half of the series. Hasn't quite been the same in 2026. Speedway is tough. Believe me, it is so tough. That's why you have to admire Zmarzlik. His consistency at the highest level is to be admired. In number 17, Zmarzlik and Jepsen-Jensen leading the way on double figures. They've dropped a couple of points each, but they are looking good. A win here, and Zmarzlik will almost certainly be in the final, and that's exactly what he wants. And that will be a fantastic effort, because, as I reiterate, his draw this evening, not great. No, not great at all. 3 outside gates to finish his qualifying. The only rider to win a race from the outside gate. That kind of sums him up.
It does, yeah. It really says a lot about him, doesn't it?
Inside gate is Kubera. Verina gate number 2 in blue, Zmarzlik gate 3 in white, and Jepsen-Jensen off the outside in yellow. Ollie, this is quite a matchup. Jepsen-Jensen's bike's been working a treat. Zmarzlik's bike possibly not quite as well. Where is Jepsen-Jensen?
He's hiding behind the fence.
Oh, there he is.
Like he was earlier.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see what Verina gets up to. Here we go. Tough looking race here. Heat number 17. Takes her up and we're away. Verina's made a lovely start from gate 2. Zmarzlik's there right alongside him, electing to go very, very wide, but the grip not quite the same, but he's going to have a lot of speed.
Here we go, up the inside.
Oh, Zmarzlik dives up the inside of Verina, and he roars to the front, and this will do very nicely indeed. Remarkably, Michael Jepsen-Jensen is at the back at the moment, with Kubera back in 3rd place, but Zmarzlik, that was just tremendous from him. And the world champion riding like a champion out in front.
Yeah, classic Zmarzlik move, really. Build your speed up on the outside, then chop back underneath someone going into the corner. Huge dive bomb, and he stretched his lead out in front. Verina in 2nd place. Lively as always. He's keeping the crowd entertained where he is. Jepsen-Jensen at the back. He's putting Kubera under pressure. Kubera not looking fast. But
Zmarzlik is, though. Yeah, he's down the back straight for the last time in heat number 17. He's going to complete his qualifying heats from a bag draw on 13 points. You have to admire the man.
Yep.
The hunger, the drive to be 7 times world champion is clear to see, and Zmarzlik absolutely dominant in a really competitive lineup in heat number 17. Impressive stuff once again from the man from Poland. Zmarzlik 3 points in heat number 17. What a ride. 3 points. Verina back in 2nd place, 2 points. Kubera 1 point in 3rd. And Jepsen-Jensen, for the first time this evening, misses out and remains on 10. And he's now very vulnerable to miss out going through to the final. I would suggest he will have to go through an LCQ.
Yeah, he may well indeed. It was Verina that makes a start from gate 2. He hugs it tight. Smarzik went wide on the first bend and built up loads of speed, picked up all that extra dirt off the first bend and fires himself up the inside of Verina. Here we see Jepsen Jensen at the back. He's got more speed than Cabrera. Cabrera's not been quick tonight. Finishes on 8 points, but has actually finished his night with two last places. He started the night very well, but since then has gone downhill. But what a night for Smarslik. Has really come alive. Last couple of races, once that outside line has developed, he has looked incredible.
Yeah, majestic stuff from the world champion, and he is straight through to the final. That is his 10th consecutive final. 10th consecutive final. That's why he keeps winning world championships. And once again, he has been remarkably consistent. Will he win tonight and go back-to-back? Winner last year. Will he win in 2026? Smarslik through. Jepsen Jensen now vulnerable from Madsen. I would suggest Madsen's got a ride to come. He's on 9, 2 points. He'll be in the final. It's still to be decided. Dudek on the inside, the red helmet colour. Robert Lambert, gate number 2 in blue. Kvek, gate 3 in white. And Lebedev's on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Now Lebedev's needs a couple of points. Lambert needs a win, and then he needs to cross his fingers that will be enough. Here we go. Dudek's made a nice start. Untied start from Lambert. Lambert now chopping back to the inside when he gets to the front. He is momentarily, but
It's going to have to be hard here.
Oh, Kvek.
Yeah, he's done it.
I tell you what. He's done well there, Robert Lambert. This is what he required. And he's got himself to the front. Dudek just about hanging on the 3rd place, but for how much longer? Because Lebedev is coming around the outside. But Robert Lambert is having to ride out of his skin here to maintain his lead.
He is. You can see he's pushing himself to the limit. His bike's not working brilliantly, but it's a very good, very hard-fought first lap for him. Doesn't look great. Lebedev's in 3rd place in yellow, using that high outside line. He's putting Kvek under pressure there. Lebedev's now on the outside. He turns back. He's going to try and move up the inside of Kvek. He's done it.
Yeah,
he's into 2nd.
And that could be crucial because that'll mean it'll finish on 7. And Robert Lambert is on 6. It'll be interesting to see who squeaks through to the LCQs. But Lambert, this is all he could do. And he is going to double his score now by winning heat number 18. No doubt that Andre Lebedev's has really improved the longer the night has gone on, and he finishes on 7 points. Now that may just be enough. It is at the moment. He moves into 7th place. Lambert is in 8th place on 6, so he'll be hoping that the next couple of races go his way. Lambert picks up his first win of the evening, 3 points. Lebedev's battling hard for 2nd place, 2 points. Kvek back in 3rd, 1, and Dudek misses out again. And that's not good news for Patrick Dudek, and he finishes on 6 points with 2 last places from the inside gate in his last 2 rides. He'll be disappointed with that.
Clever first bend for Robert Lambert here. He cuts back on Dudek. He doesn't make the start, but he's smart enough to... He gets to the fence down the back straight. Here you go. He'll move across the front of Kvek. He now knows that Kvek's possibly going to turn back, so he quickly switches back to the inside. He almost rides an arc down the back straight to cover everything. Does it well. Good first lap from Robert. He needed that. Needed a win. Even if he doesn't make the last chance qualifiers, at least he will have left here feeling a little bit better about things. But Lebedev's, he's got plenty of speed in 2nd. Ever since that bike change, he's come alive.
Yeah, and frustrating for Robert Lambert when he had such an encouraging weekend in Landshut, both in the Speedway World Cup qualifier on Friday and making the final on Saturday night. And he's going to have to be patient to see if he stays in the top 10 to have but one last chance of making the final here this evening in the Marketa Stadium. Pick number 19. See a couple of Danish riders. And there's the position. Smarslik is already in. Michael Jepsen Jensen is vulnerable on 10 because Leon Madsen is out here. And Madsen, if he gets 2 points, Madsen out of gate number 2, he will go straight to the final. Jack Holder on 8. If he wins it, he potentially will go straight to the final. So a lot on here. Thompson, Madsen, Holder, and off the outside in the yellow helmet colour is Panetsky. Heat number 19. Oh, Thompson's bike's packed up. Madsen's made a lovely start. He gets to the front, he's holding the inside, but Jack Holder electing to go right round the outside, but not working quite as well as it was just a few heats earlier. Madsen now running to the outside. That allows the inside run from Holder. It's very tight as they start the second lap. But Leo Madsen in front. This win will be good. But look at Holder. Lovely move from the Australian.
Yeah, great move from Holder. Clever move round the inside. Man, that wide line is almost too wide. You have to be very, very brave if you're going to use it. And Madsen possibly wasn't 100% committed to it, was sort of caught in no man's land mid-track. Holder snuck round the inside, and this is going to be a handy win for the Australian.
Well, they're both going to finish on 11 points, so it's going to be a countback situation. Who's going to join Bartosz Zmarzlik in the final? Jack Holder, this will be his second win of the evening. And for Leon Madsen, he's had a couple of race wins as well, so it'll be who beat who. And right now, it's Jack Holder beating Leon Madsen. We'll wait and see and get the FIM to confirm that that could be a very useful win for Jack Holder, number 25, the Australian champion. He may just have forced his way through directly to the final. We will confirm that. There you can see it. At the moment, it suggests that Leon Madsen has gone straight through to the final. Possibly. He's had 2 race wins. So has Jack Holder. He's had 2 second places. I mean, there's very little to choose between the two. I felt that maybe because Jack Holder beat Leon Madsen, he would go through to the final. But let's just wait and see exactly which way that goes.
Anders Thompson, he doesn't get far at all. Leon Madsen in blue on gate 2 makes a really good start. Goes tight on the first bend. Jack Holder sends it deep into that dirt on the outside. Madsen has a look, knows he's there. And this is where I think Madsen went wrong. He's gone sort of mid-track. He's not gone far enough into that deep dirt, and that allows Holder to just drive up the inside. Jack's looked quick all night and possibly deserves a spot straight in the final. There he is, a little wheelie over the finish line. You can tell he's confident. Good ride by him.
Yeah. Just trying to work out why it's Madsen and not Holder at the moment on our score chart in front of us, but I'm sure there's a valid reason. Heat number 20 to complete the qualifiers tonight, and a huge race for Kurtz here. Needs a race win, you would suggest, just to settle him down a touch, but as always, never going to be straightforward, you would suggest. Frick has upped his game. There's the position. We've got Zmarzlik and Madsen. Madsen at the moment is the man that will go straight through to the final with Zmarzlik, even though Jack Holder's on 11 and has just beaten Madsen. I just need that one explained. Excuse me.
I can't help you there.
No. Let's see. Here we go then. Brady Kurtz, inside gate in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Max Frick. Gate 3 in white is Bednar. Jason Doyle off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 3 Australians and the young wild card from the Czech Republic in gate number 3. Kurtz has had another tough night. Can he sort it out here? He's away. And a nice start from the inside. Here comes Jason Doyle. Gives the young Bednar a bit of a shove in the first corner, but Frick has reacted nicely. Frick's got some good speed down the back straight, but Kurtz electing to run wide. Jason Doyle running very nearly into the side of Max Frick. But this is what Kurtz needs. He'll keep his fingers, everything crossed, that bike keeps running because he's got the race win in his back pocket.
Yeah. Brady Kurtz looking good out in front. He's running that high, wide line on the 3rd and 4th corner and running a slightly tighter line on this 1st and 2nd, whereas Max Frick is trying to use that dirt, but it's not quite there, or neither of them are going deep enough. But Brady Kurtz, he needs this win. Frick's not giving up. He's using the outside line again, but Kurtz is in the place to be at the moment.
Kurtz, less than a lap to go in heat number 20. Looking good. I tell you what, Frick's looked really useful in second place. He's upped his pace. There's no question with this last blast right round the outside. Will he do it on the run to the line? Not quite. Kurtz hangs on. Not the most convincing ride from Brady Kurtz, but enough. Yeah. Enough to see himself forcing into the top 10. He was outside the top 10 prior to the race. Max Frick was in 10th place. But they will now move forward and get the better of Dudek and Lambert. Yeah, there you see it now. Kurtz finishes on 9 points. And all of a sudden, Jason Doyle just about sneaks in on 10. Robert Lambert and Patrick Dudek missing out with Frick in 8th place. Kurtz 3 points, Frick in 2nd place 2 points, 1 point for Doyle, and Adam Bubba Bednar fails to score in heat number 20. The qualifying heats are done. It appears that Bartosz Marslik and Leon Madsen will go straight through to the final this evening. And the LCQs are coming up. We'll look at Brady Kurtz winning heat number 20 once again.
Yeah, makes a good start from gate 1. Intelligent first lap, stays fairly low on the first corner. Here we see again Frick and Kurtz going into the corner. Doyle, hard first lap from here. He pushes Bednar out of the way. I think he tries it again on the turns 3 and 4. You see Frick, he goes to the outside. There's Kurtz. Doesn't look amazing out in front. Having said that, Frick's come alive and has shown plenty of speed in his last 2 rides, so Kurtz will be happy with that. But yeah, he's not quite showing the electric form he had last year. There he is, just messaging Kelvin, asking him what bike to use.
That's right.
Just tell him.
Yeah, you want the 1995 model that I've got in the back of the van. That'll get off the start. You just start on tick over mine. You don't rev it too hard. But Brady Kurtz, I tell you what, I've just written down the riders for the first LCQ. Holder, Kurtz, Frick and Lebedevs. Oh my goodness.
Tasty.
So, very. And Smarslik and Leon Madsen go straight through after 5 rides on 13 and 11. Holder just misses out on 11. I'm looking forward to being explained why. And Jepsen Jensen, Kubera, Kurtz, Verena, Frick, Lebedevs and Jason Doyle are the next 8 riders that go through to the 2 LCQs. LCQ 1, we will see Holder, Kurtz, Frick and Lebedevs. Michael Jepsen Jensen will be out with Dominic Kubera. 7th place will be, it's gone, but 7th place will be Verena. And in 10th place, we have Jason Doyle. That will be LCQ number 2. So 2 very competitive LCQs. I remind you, just the winners from the next 2 races go through to join Bartosz Smarslik and Leon Madsen in the grand final here this evening. Okay, riders are now prepared, waiting for the LCQ. Emma is down there as well. So, Emma, take it away for the first LCQ.
Cheers, Kelv. Yeah, LCQ 1 gate selection. And we'll start with Jack Holder, who, no surprise, heads straight for the red gate, gate number 1. Next up, Brady Kurtz. Where's he going to go? Oh, goes to blue, gate number 2. Max Frick is up next. No surprises there either. Goes straight to the white gate, gate number 3. And finally, Andrei Lebedevs is going to take the outside gate. Okay, that is it for LCQ1. Best of luck.
Holder, Kurtz, Frick and Lebedevs. That's your lineup for the first LCQ. Back to Emma for the draw for LCQ2.
Cheers for that, Kelvin. Yeah, best of luck to Jack Holder, Brady Kurtz, Max Frick and Andrei Lebedevs for LCQ1. It is now time for LCQ2, and we'll start with Michael Jepsen Jensen, who is going to go to, there he goes, to the blue gate, gate number 2. Next up, Dominic Cabera. Head straight for the red gate, gate number 1. Kasper Warina, our Landshut winner, goes straight to the white gate. And finally, Jason Doyle is going to go for the outside gate, the yellow gate. So that is it for LCQ2 gate selections. Best of luck.
Thanks very much, Emma. Kubera, Jepsen Jensen electing to go from gate number 2. Verena out of gate 3. Doyle getting what is possibly a hard task, going from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 2 wonderful races to come for you as we go into the latter stages of round number 2 here in the Markéta Stadium in Prague. Wonderful to see so many people here. It's been a glorious day, and the place is absolutely packed. The promoters, Mayfield Sports Events, the new promoter of the Grand Prix, will be chuffed to bits to see such an enthusiastic and full crowd here tonight in the stadium. Kubera is having a look over the fence. But here we see the last chance qualifier, the first one up. This is a tough race, really is. Australians up against Andrei Lebedevs, who's upped his game. Holder, I would say, is favourite, but Kurtz, you never know. Frick has also got a lot better the longer the night has gone on. And Lebedevs, when he changed his bike, all of a sudden was rejuvenated. So it's hard to call a winner, but when you look at the points scored so far, Jack Holder should be in the driving seat in LCQ number 1. And there he is, making his way forward. Holder, of course, has won a couple of Grand Prix. He's the world number 5. He'll be really keen to try and make the final here this evening. He started off in Landshut with a slightly under par performance in 8th place. He finished in Landshut, so you know he'll be very keen indeed to try and make the final.
Yeah.
And his form has been strong, you know, away from the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it has, and his speed's been good tonight. He was quick in qualifying, and he's been consistent throughout the night tonight. He's obviously happy with gate 1. He's chosen that, so it'll be interesting to see if Brady can do something from gate 2. Over the last 12 months, you'd say Brady's possibly been a better gator when the pressure's on, so now's his time to shine.
Well, yes, and in 2025, he was the best starter in the world, without doubt, and that's why it got so very close in the championship chase, and he only lost out by a solitary point. Riders on track, and here we go for heat number 21. The last chance qualifier is with us, and it's 3 Australians up against the man from Latvia, Lebedevs, who's a tough character. He will be extremely keen to make another final. Last year he really did make some progress. It's been a slow start. Landshut, like 1 or 2 others, didn't go to plan, but he's forced his way back into contention tonight with a brave decision to change his equipment. And without doubt that has proved to be a good decision, because he finds himself in the LCQ1, but he's off the outside gate, and there's only been 1 winner there this evening. So he's going to have to produce something pretty special, I suggest, if he's going to win. Has Jack Holder chosen the right gate here, Ollie?
It's a tough call. I mean, gate 2 has, I think, is a little bit better at the moment, but yeah, look, the riders, they know, they've been out there more recently, they know, they're happy with it, I think.
Holder on the inside gate in red, Brady Kurtz gate number 2 in blue, Max Frick off of gate 3 in white, and Andre Lebedev's off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Never easy, is it? But he's gone with his gut, and Holder up against Kurtz, Frick and Lebedev's. Here we go then. Green lights on, tapes are up, we're racing. Kurtz has made an absolutely fabulous start. That bike absolutely leapt towards the first turn, and he's pulling away now. Holder coming through in the 2nd place. Frick finds some speed down the outside. Frick's off!
Massive, huge high side for Frick. Yeah.
Ran in wide, ran in deep.
Yeah, possibly caught out by the track grade.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And backed it into the safety fence. He looks a bit knocked about.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that may well have done Jack Holder a favour.
Yeah, definitely done him a favour.
Because
Brady
Kurtz had made an absolutely fabulous start off for gate number 2. Max Frick being attended to.
Yeah.
And an awkward looking moment for him. He just spun round and then backed into the air fence. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to watch it again once we know that he's okay. I think he came in really hot on the outside, and bike just lost traction, caused it to spin round violently, really. And then what happens as a rider is you tend to come off the throttle to try and correct that slide. The bike then gets some grip, and you kind of flip off the high side.
Yeah, and it's disappointing for Max. We'll see it again. He runs in deep here.
Yeah, there you go. That's the point with the bike that lets go of traction. Then it grabs the load and flicks him off. A nasty-looking accident. And
he hit the ground hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit the ground hard, and that's often where you get shoulder injuries and concussions and things like that. So, yeah, you can see the bike. He's gone in there thinking there's more traction available than there is.
Just let go on him, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Just overturned it, and possibly caught out by the track grade. And he's coming incredibly fast. Yeah, just overdoes it, and then.
Do you think he's done anything wrong? He was committed. I don't think it's pilot error. It's just expecting the bike to hold up.
I think you at that speed you rely on trust, and you sort of predict and trust what the bike's going to do, and he's got that slightly wrong. I think caught out by track grade, and it's not the fault of the track grading, it's just that the track has changed since the last time he's been out, and he's caught him out.
Good news.
Yeah, glad he's up, but Brady Kurtz will be gutted, because that was a rocket from gate 2. When the pressure's on, that man, you can't fault him, can you really?
No, and you mentioned it before the race started, and he duly delivered. Max Frick has been excluded, and it's tough in Grand Prix at times, and there's no doubt that his campaign has not got off to the start he would have liked. But Max Frick is excluded. And, the Aussie boys just making sure that one of their own is okay. But good to see him on his feet and making his way back towards pit bay. He'll feel a bit knocked about for a moment or two. But Speedway boys are remarkably tough people. They have to be. They have to be. They're riding on a very regular basis. Michael Jepsen Jensen popping in just to make sure he's A-OK as well. Yeah. And that's the sort of respect, because everybody, these boys understand how hard they're pushing, and we've seen some real commitment tonight. It's been a bit hairy at times tonight, Ollie.
Yeah, it has, and I think with the way that modern Speedway is at the moment, the way the modern engines are, it's risky. It really is. You're riding these bikes at incredibly high revs with a very small window of where they perform, and if the track doesn't suit your bike at that time, it's tricky. It's hard to. It's sometimes hard to predict what these bikes are going to do, and that makes it dangerous.
Max Frick just being sorted out by his team, and the three boys just waiting patiently now for the race to get back underway. Jesper Steentoft has turned the white exclusion light off. 2 minutes is now underway. Excuse me, not 2 minutes, it's 90 seconds these days. So the 90 seconds is running down. Riders will appear very shortly for second time. Now, what does Jack Holder do here? Because Kurt's made a fantastic start. Yeah, I mean,
so mentally, the two boys are in very different positions now. Kurtz is trying to recreate what he just did.
Yes.
Holder has got to change something. He needs a better start. There's nothing worse than being pinned on the inside from the guy on gate 2, so he's going to do everything he can to be level with him going into the first bend. Then it will be elbows out, I'm sure.
So here we go then, second time of asking for LCQ1, just the 3 riders now, with Max Frick being excluded. He looks okay, just a little bit beaten up. Good to see that he was able to walk away from that high-speed incident. Lebedevs has hustled and really had to work very hard to get to this stage of the night. He was not going to make it early doors. He'd scored nothing from his first 2. And then he picked up 7 from the next 3. Holders on the inside in red. Brady Kurtz, gate number 2. No rider in gate 3, and Lebedevs will start LCQ1 from the outside gate in the yellow helmet colour. 2 Australians and the boy from Riga. Here we go then. LCQ1 here in the Marquetta tonight. Green light is on. Tapes are up. Oh, well, I mean, you just can't beat that. That's just too good. Kurtz with a wonderful start, replicates it big time. His composure exemplary. You can't put much. Look at
Lebedev's up the inside.
Lebedev's coming on strong. Here comes Holder around the outside, but Kurtz is in the box seat after a smashing start out of gate number 2. Can Jack Holder do anything about Brady Kurtz?
What a start from Brady Kurtz, and he's looking fairly comfortable out in front now, riding a slightly more conservative line than we've seen over the last few heats. He's not opting to go for that wide outside line, maybe thinking it's too wide, but it's working, and he's slowly pulling away from Jack Holder, and Brady Kurtz looks like he's got this one in the bag.
Fantastic turnaround tonight from Brady Kurtz. He's had a tough time. Landshut didn't go to plan tonight with an engine failure or some sort of mechanical issue earlier on this evening, but by golly, he's showing some real grit and determination here. LCQ number 1, 2 times away from gate 2, and Brady Kurtz, the world number 2, is in the final tonight. Makes his first final of 2026, and I tell you what, he's quite handy at winning finals these times. Didn't make the final here last year. He puts that to bed. He makes his way through. It's been quite a struggle, but Brady Kurtz, you have to admire the tenacity of the Australian to make it through here this evening. Kurtz is in the final. Jack Holder, Andre Lebedevs and Max Frick miss out in LCQ1. So we now know 3 of the riders in the final. Let's watch it again. It's all about this start.
What a start. As soon as he drops the clutch, the bike launches forward. It doesn't go up, it goes forward, front wheel in the air. Feathers the clutch all the way to the first corner, and from then on he checks out, he rides a sensible line, doesn't do anything stupid, and really incredible composure, and he showed that time and time again last season. He's done it again tonight. The pressure was on after he broke down in one race. It could have derailed his evening, but it hasn't. He's rallied, he's settled himself down, and what a start in the final. Last chance qualifier, sorry. And he's going to end up with third pick, I think, for the final, isn't he?
Quite possibly, yes. Yes, he will.
And so he'll have a chance.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a chance because he's in it.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, you know, he will be believing now. And this is a hard-working night for him. He's had a roller coaster of emotions. But all credit to the man from Australia. He has forced his way into the final tonight. So, second LCQ is with us. Who's going to join? Smarslik, Madsen and Kurtz. 1 and 2 in the world from last year. Going head-to-head once again. Smarslik will admire the tenacity of Kurtz. There's no doubt there will be respect between them. But the World Championship leader, the man with the golden race jacket, is out here. Can he make 2 consecutive finals? You wouldn't put it past him, you know.
No.
He has the tenacity and he has the determination to do it. But once again, there are some really big hitters here.
Well, Jepsen Jensen's got an issue. He's had to restart his bike. Oh, little bump start, he's good to go.
Oh, well, good news, just stalled it. That does happen from time to time. I've seen Dan Bewley actually miss out in the semi-final when he did it in Tetro and he stalled on the line. He ran out of time. But not the case for Jepsen Jensen here in the Marquetta. Ridden well tonight, Jepsen Jensen. Just missed out of going straight through to the final with failing to score in heat number 17, which is a slipper. And he put it right here. Kubera's on the inside. Red helmet colour for him. Jepsen Jensen alongside him, gate number 2 in blue. Verena, gate number 3 in white. Jason Doyle will start. LCQ 2. The outside gate, the yellow helmet colour. Another really good-looking race this is. This could be quite a duster. Here we go then. Tapes are up. And away they go, and Kubera's going to get there. Kubera hugs the inside door, trying to chop back to the inside. Look at Jepsen Jensen, keep your eyes on him.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of speed. Will he dive up the inside? He does!
Oh, what a ride!
What a smooth move from Jepsen Jensen. Running wide, gets the better of Kubera, and Jepsen Jensen has hit the front. Is he going to make his first final of 2026? Here comes Verena now. Verena's going to charge up the inside. He's going to commit to it. Not quite. Kubera hanging on in second place. But Michael Jepsen Jensen, what a ride from him. Oh, Verena involved again in third place.
Yeah, Verena lively as usual. He's in third. He's chasing down. Oh, Jepsen Jensen makes a mistake in front. That allows Kubera to close the gap. Now Verena's in on the act. He's sent it around the outside. Can he keep on? Yes, he does. Oh, my word.
How on earth did he stay on? But he slowed up a bit. Michael Jepsen Jensen, he is missing all the fireworks. Fortunately, he doesn't want to watch what's going on behind him. But Michael Jepsen Jensen back in the big-time Speedway, and he's going to make the final here tonight in the Marquetta. Oh, crucky, it was tight for second.
Doesn't give up, does he?
Casper Verena never knows when he's beaten.
No.
He really doesn't. And it was a terrific battle for second and third. Bottom line, Jepsen Jensen slipped up in his last qualifying race, but he puts it absolutely bang on in the second LCQ here this evening and joins Kurtz, Madsen and Smarslik in the final in round number 2 here in the Marquetta Stadium in Prague. Verena is going to be overhauled, you would suggest, with that gold race jacket. Looks like it's going to go to Smarslik at the end of the night. We wait and see. But there's no doubt that Kubera and Verena put on one hell of a show there.
They really
for
did.
second and third. But Michael Jepsen Jensen, a super ride to force his way into the final this evening.
Yeah, much better evening for him. He needed to bounce back, as did Leon Madsen, and they have done. They have delivered.
Can you believe it? They finished 15th and 16th in Lancashire, and both of them have made the final tonight. That is quite a remarkable turnaround of events.
Yeah.
Fair play to them. That's taken quite a big commitment to come through.
Yeah,
Look at that. Verena might just have stolen that second place away, and every point crucial in the championship chase, as we know.
Yeah, proved it last year. Every point really does count. Here we see this is all action from the very start. Jepsen Jensen in the blue helmet. He makes an even break, heads for that outside line. At this moment, Kubera's in front, tries to cover the outside. Jepsen Jensen, he turns back. Bit of a Smarslik-esque move, dives up the inside, going into turn 3. You can't see him at the moment. He's out of picture because he's gone in so hot. Here's Verena and Kubera. That's when he tries to push up the inside. And Kubera's hitting the fence there down the straight. but Verena, Jepsen Jensen lifts coming off turn 2. Incredible bike control again. And this is Verena. Oh my word, look how wide he's gone. Bike lifts, he's on the bottom of the fence. He's literally on the bottom of the fence. Well, incredible bike control.
He's a passenger there. He really is.
But we love it.
Oh, we do love it. And the fact is that he stole second place away from Kubera, and his drive and hunger for every possible point.
Yeah, that's incredibly tight.
Well, that's
brave.
That's extremely brave indeed. But no question that Verena is making his mark. And so is Michael Jepsen Jensen, a quality rider, a winner of a Grand Prix way back in 2012. And back in the big time, he was a wild card in Voyens at the end of last year, made the rostrum, started slowly that night and turned it all around. And all of a sudden, he's back in the final. Holder picks up 12 points, Verena 11, Kubera 10, Lebedev's 9, Jason Dorr with 8, Max Frick with 7. The previous World Championship points were distributed out prior to the LCQ's beginning. But there's no doubt, Jack Holder, that just shows you the fine margins. Finished on 11 points with Madsen, but on countback, Madsen gets in. And then all of a sudden, Jack Holder, who beat Madsen in his last outing, fails to make the final because it was a stunning ride from Brady Kurtz. You just couldn't write it. And Casper Verena, look at him, he's smiling from ear to ear. And he's quite a refreshing character. I quite like it. I do. To see somebody that committed, and just, you can see clearly he is enjoying his racing.
Yeah, he is. It really does show. You can see his expression in the pitch. You can see how relaxed he is. And there's a man that's always relaxed under pressure. He's got it all under control, hasn't he? Well,
you would suggest he has. He has ridden terrific well. He had a couple of rides in the middle part of the meeting when he didn't look quite as convincing. He finished in fine style, particularly heat 17, excuse me. He really did look very impressive indeed. But I tell you what, this is no foregone conclusion here.
No.
Michael Jepsen Jensen and Leon Madsen are going great guns. It would not be a surprise at all if one of those two were to win here tonight. But for Smarslik, this is good news.
Yeah.
Everything going his way.
Well, anyone that was close to him in the first round, they're not in the final.
Exactly.
So happy days for him, yeah.
That's why he is the world champion, because the other ones, unfortunately, have slipped away. Dan Bewley, unfortunately, not here because of the injury. Brady Kurtz didn't make the final. And as you say, the guys that were in the final, 3 of them aren't tonight. But Smarslik, the world champion, is going to go away from here leading the world championship.
Yeah.
Kurtz, what a Grand Prix to win.
Yeah.
That would be a massive boost for his confidence.
I think he needs it. His league form's suffering a little bit after that first Grand Prix, so this would be a huge bounce back.
Indeed, it would be. They're just waiting for Emma to get into position. We will go through the draw for the grand final, round 2 of the World Championship, very shortly. These boys know each other very well. Of course, those two battled it out in 2019. Okay, Emma, take us through the draw for the grand final.
I will, Kelvin. It is indeed time for gate selection for the final heat, and we will start with Bartosz Smarslik. Bartosz, do you want to come and select your gate? And he heads straight for the blue gate. Gate number 2. Next up, Leon Madsen. I can just about see you through this smoke here, Leon. Where's he going to go? Oh! I thought you were going to go for gate number 3, but he heads straight back over there to the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Michael Jepsen Jensen is going to the white gate, gate number 3. And finally, Brady Kurtz is left with the yellow gate, the outside gate. Okay, that is it then. Gate selection for the final heat.
Thank you very much, Emma. Madsen off the inside. Smarslik's on gate number 2. Jepsen Jensen out of gate 3, and Brady Kurtz will start the grand final in gate 4 in yellow helmet colour. Won't be easy for Kurtz, but Kurtz did produce 2 wonderful starts in gate 2. Whether there's enough grip on gate 4, so far this evening, my memory serves, there's only been 1 winner from gate number 4, and that was way back in heat 16 when Bartosz Smarslik managed to win the race, but he didn't make the start. He had to work hard to come through to win that race. But as I say, this man is made of some stern stuff, because he's had a few knocks in the early part of the season. He's been ill as well, missed some meetings early on, wasn't very well, missed for Bellevue and for Wrocław. then all sorts of issues, just things not going his way, but has managed to make the final in the second round of the World Championship. And a minimum of 14 points, that will be very useful indeed to add to the 8 points that he scored in Landshut. This man scored 16 points in Landshut, so he'll be looking for another win. He's won 3 times here already. Back in COVID days, he won when we had double headers here. He won both nights. He won last year in fine style. But this man, I tell you what, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, he won't be intimidated. He's the sort of rider that has the speed, and there's no doubt that he has the composure to do it. And Leon Madsen likewise. And I reiterate, can you believe Leon Madsen scored 1 point in Landshut and Michael Jepsen-Jensen scored 2? And they have managed to battle their way through to the final tonight. That is a remarkable turnaround in form in such a short period of time.
It is. Based on last season's form, that's what you expect.
Yes, it would. Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry to interrupt. Do you think that's down to track conditions? Because Landshut was demanding, wasn't it?
I think I do. I think that's it. That's one thing. I think they'll have also had a lot of soul searching to do between the first Grand Prix and this one, and I think they've had to up their game maybe mentally. But the track conditions are the polar opposites. Landshut was physically demanding, it was mentally demanding, it was quite rough, and you had to be. Brave's not the right word. You just had to be committed to that type of track surface. Here it's smooth, it's a little bit more predictable, and those two riders in particular are well known for on a big slick track. They're fast. It's, you know, they're known for it.
The conditions have come to them tonight, and they've exploited it, which you have to do. You've still got to go out there and race it, but without doubt, they have enjoyed a much better evening so far. Who's going to come out on top? You don't want to be 4th place in the final. You want to be on the roster, and you want to celebrate it if you can. 20 points for the winner, of course. Verina had the 20 points in Landshut, but he is not in the final here this evening.
Well, I'll tell you what everyone doesn't want, and that's Smarslik winning the final. You know, for everyone else in the field, you want him in 4th, because he's already extending his lead in this final, regardless of what happens. So
he is indeed.
You need to limit the damage.
Here we go then, for the last time this evening, the grand final in the Marquetta Stadium. It's been an entertaining night of Speedway, without doubt. We've seen some really tough Speedway this evening. Sometimes it's felt like it's been a little bit too hairy, but by golly, these boys have really put it on the line, and it's gently built up the longer the evening has gone on. And now we come to the conclusion, and let's hope it lives up to the entertainment that we've witnessed so far tonight. This crowd on their feet, nobody's gone home, nobody's left. They are here to witness something hopefully very special here tonight in the Marquetta. The 30th time we have come to this venue, and the crowd is quite possibly the best crowd I've ever seen here. Really good turnout. Fair play to everybody turning out here tonight. Madsen there on the inside. He's had much better evening for him. But Bartosz Smarslik had the first choice, elected to go with gate number 2. Is that right? Madsen, on his new equipment, says the bike's getting off the start much better. Madsen's in the inside gate in the red helmet colour. Bartosz Smarslik, gate 2 in blue. Michael Jepsen-Jensen will come out of gate 3 in white, and Brady Kurtz off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Who's your favourite rider? Who do you fancy to win the final here in round number 2? Smarslik in the driving seat with 13 points from the qualifiers. Here we go. Madsen's made it. Smarslik hasn't. It's going to be tight round that first turn. Smarslik goes wide. Here comes Kurtz on the inside. Kurtz forces his way into second place. And now Michael Jepsen-Jensen up the inside, but Madsen, look at Kurtz. Kurtz has gone so very wide. Now all of a sudden Smarslik's back in the 3rd place. He's swapping backwards and forwards for 3rd and 4th. But Leon Madsen's away, and Kurtz is giving chase.
Yeah, Leon Madsen being clever, riding that inside line. Has the dirt gone too far? Here comes Kurtz round the outside. He's got loads of speed. He sent it wide into turn 1 and 2. Can he hold on to it off the bend?
Leon Madsen just about hanging on in front, made a mistake. Became extremely vulnerable to the charge from Brady Kurtz. Kurtz again round the outside. Madsen just about holding on in front. Smarslik has been relegated to the back. He's back in the 3rd place. Down the back straight for the final time, and Leon Madsen from the inside gate. One last chance through the last corner. And it's Leon Madsen on the run to the line and wins. He wins. And Bartosz Marzlik with Michael Jensen may just have hold on for third place. But what a way for Leon Madsen. He finished last in Lancashire. And he wins in the Marquetta Stadium. What a way to bounce back. And a huge victory for Leon Madsen, who's had all sorts of problems at the beginning of this year. But by golly, that victory will be sweet for him. He will be overjoyed. The team, you can see, their reaction. Absolutely. And the racing that was going on behind was also out of the top draw. Bartosz Marzlik scrapping for his life with Michael Jensen. And I think that Marzlik hung on and just about got third place. Didn't get out of gate number 2. And he must have been influenced by what Kurtz did out of gate 2.
He's having a look at it now.
He is indeed, but he never got away as well as Madsen did.
Yeah.
But that man, what a win that is. Madsen wins here in the Marquetta Stadium.
What a bounce back.
What a bounce back. Fabulous stuff from him. Brady Kurtz, likewise. Another terrific ride from him. He had to work hard for that. And Bartosz Marzlik, I mean, it was such a hectic final. They swapped places plenty of times between himself and Michael Jensen, who just misses out. So Marzlik, another 16 points, moves on to 32. Madsen on to 21. And Brady Kurtz, he will be pleased with the 18 points he's picked up here. This was quite dramatic.
Yeah, what a start from Madsen on gate 1. I think you're right, Marzlik was influenced by Kurtz's start off gate 2, so chose that.
Yeah.
Leon Madsen really stays out of trouble in front. He rides a fairly conservative line around the inside. All the action's going on behind him. You see Jensen throws his bike at Kurtz going into the corner there. Kurtz then sends it round the bottom of the fence. And that line was working on turns 3 and 4, but he tended to lose ground on 1 and 2 using that outside line. There you can see Marzlik trying that line. Jensen moves up the inside of him. This is the last bend, I think, and Marzlik and Jensen are so close for third, and the two at the front are the same. I've never seen a race like it where you've got 2 separate races going on, and both of them are almost a dead heat. You can see Marzlik there working. Look where he's sitting. He's on the back of the seat. He's almost on a mudguard coming out of the corner.
That was very close indeed for third.
Yeah.
And there you see it. He just held on. And
what a race.
Leon Madsen, fantastic conclusion to a wonderful night of Grand Prix Speedway.
Yeah. And
I must say, everybody concerned, they can take a pat on the back. It's been outstanding stuff tonight. And for Leon Madsen, it's almost surreal for him.
He needed that. You can see it.
Yeah, and look at the reaction, and understandably so. You walk away from Lancashire, and it's an embarrassing result. 1 point last, 16th. Come back to the next round, and you win it. I mean, that's what dreams are made of. Nobody probably would have predicted it.
No.
But clearly the belief in Leon Madsen, the change of equipment, whatever it was, he got right back in the groove. Will Bartosz Marzlik regret not taking the inside gate? I think he will. I think he will. And I do believe that he looked at gate 2 with Kurtz and thought, I fancy that. 20 points for Madsen, very useful indeed. 18 for Kurtz, much better. Bartosz Marzlik, 16. Michael Jensen on 14. Marzlik hasn't run away with it in round 2, but still, nonetheless,
he's going to take that gold jacket.
He will, but there's no doubt that Madsen and Kurtz beating him just keeps it tighter than for everybody else. And I think it also suggests that this lineup this year, with the return of Madsen and Jensen, Dudek, and I think it will be a little bit unpredictable. But these boys, Kurtz and Madsen and Jensen, are going to have to remain consistent, because what's Marzlik done? He's been on the roster both times. There you go. You see. Just 1 point in it. Just 1 point in it, because Marzlik wasn't able to win. 32 points. He's got the gold race jacket for round 3 and 4, or round 3 at least, for in Bellevue in a couple of weeks' time. Brady Kurtz into 3rd place. Big move from him. Likewise for Leon Madsen. Jack Holder back in 5th, and so on down. But that championship wide open, and that is great to see. And we'll have some wonderful racing, of course, to come in Manchester in just a few short weeks. But Marzlik quite possibly will reflect on that decision. And I know it's easy to sit here in judgment. Absolutely it is. But normally I think he would have gone gate 1. I really do think he would have gone gate 1. But hey, those are the decisions, and it wasn't disastrous, but by golly, he had to work hard to get to 3rd place.
It was interesting seeing him ride round after the race to go and look at gate 2, as if to almost say, what happened there? Like he's surprised he missed it. And you saw him look at it, shake his head, and I think he probably realised he made a bad choice. But, you know, third place on the night when he's not been at his best again. What is a concern is that when he is at his best,
he's going to clear off.
Yeah, he's going to destroy everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worry. But it's good to see Kurt's back. He's looking good again. Madsen and Jepsen Jensen, really pleased for the pair of them.
Indeed. A bit of a debrief between Kurt and Armando Castagna, of course, track racing commissioner, has been for some considerable time. Smarslik making his 10th consecutive Grand Prix final. So, say that consistency remains. But, no doubt, Marquette's put on a fine show this evening. It has indeed.
And I think the track curators have done a good job. They've been guilty in the past of overwatering, and tonight of all nights would be one where you would overwater. And I think they've done a good job of managing it.
Yeah, I concur with that. There has been times when there's been too much water on the track. There we see the dignitaries. Once again, have some behind. The president of the Czech Republic is here. He's enjoyed his night, I'm sure. Piotr Pavel. And we'll see him again. Emma's down on the centre green there. We're waiting to hear from the winner. We normally do by now. Pavel Ondřiček on the right there, the promoter, absolutely delighted, I'm sure, with the way things have turned out. There's the president of the Czech Republic with the SGP hat
He's got
on.
a Speedway t-shirt on.
Okay, Emma, she's got the winner, Leon Madsen, with her now.
Leon, a huge congratulations. You and I were talking earlier, and we were talking about the fact that from Landshut to now is a world apart. You went from last to winning here. I know you were talking about your injury and how exhausted you were, but what has happened? You must have worked so hard to get to this point.
Yeah, I've been through a lot this year, and it's probably been the hardest start of the season ever in my career, and I've really been down as low as you can get, I think, mentally and with everything, you know, and I knew I just have to keep fighting to come back. I know how good I can be, so I just kept believing and kept working hard to get back to this level, and it's been a tough journey to get back here, I have to say, but now we're back, and I'm so happy. It's yeah, it's been so nice to also to get my starts back. I think in my whole career I never make so good starts like tonight. It's almost like when I came to first corner I didn't know what to do because I was in front. So it's new for me. But yeah, Adam from Falubas, promise made, promise kept. Hopefully better times now, and I hope that everybody know what I've been through, and that I work very hard to get back to my level. Thank you. That's
truly amazing. Just quickly, Leon, you know, you mentioned how low you'd been. Did that give you the drive to get back to where you are now?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's been very tough, almost too tough, and there's been a lot of hate on my person as well, and it's not funny when you're dealing with a lot of things that people don't know around, what fans don't know about. So now hopefully I have all the bad things and all the bad luck behind me for this year, and we can look forward to a lot more positive things.
I really hope so. Do you know what? You can see the emotion when you're talking there. Now that the fans have seen you, and we know just how capable you are, what would you like to say to the fans, Leon?
Yeah, just like I said, you know, keep believing in me. I know it's frustrating when things are not going the way everybody wants, but you have to know I work very hard every day behind the scenes, and hopefully I can bring back all the points you want from me, especially for my club in Falubas. So thank you to everyone who's been there in the ups and downs and supporting me. It means a lot, guys. Thank you very much. Dziękuję bardzo to all the Polish fans here tonight. Thank you.
Huge congratulations. Thank you so much, Leon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, an emotional interview there with Emma. Fair play to her to get that from Leon. He has had a difficult time, and this is quite a statement he's made here tonight by a superb victory after a hugely disappointing opening round in Landshut. So fair play to him. And he's made of stern stuff. A lot of riders would have wilted under the pressure that clearly he's been under. So Bartosz Zmarzlik, third place on the night, 2 third places to start his defence of the World Championship off, and a slender lead in the World Championship by a solitary point. Bartosz Zmarzlik, still the man that everybody has to hunt down, and he will wear the gold race jacket in round number 3 in Bellevue. Brady Kurtz, so I'm delighted for him, Ollie. It hasn't, like Leon, he's had a really difficult start to the year, illness and 1 or 2 issues, but here this evening, second place, fully deserved.
Yeah, absolutely, really pleased for him, and it's great for the series as well that he's put himself back in the hunt.
But the winner, and the man that takes all the glory, rightly so, and an outstanding performance, Leon Madsen, who went straight through to the final. He got the gate 1, the one that he was looking for, hit the front, said he was a bit lost. He didn't know quite what to do when he got to the first turn in the final. But I tell you what, it didn't take long to remember, did he? Because he wound it on, and he trusted the equipment, and he picked up a valuable win here this evening. Jan Stovacek coming forward, the ACCR president, coming forward to present the world champion with the 3rd place trophy. Jan just shaking the hands of all 3 riders. Zmarzlik, he always looks pleased to have performed, but I just wonder whether that was a victory that just slipped away, possibly. So the mayor comes forward now, and taking the long way round.
Yeah, he's using that outside line the boys liked earlier.
Yeah, he obviously got influenced by that, a little bit like Zmarzlik did with gate 2 for the final. But Brady Kurtz, he picks up 2nd place on the evening, and I think this might just be a turning point for Brady's season, and fair play to him. And now we have Pietro Pavel, the president of the Czech Republic, coming forward, who in his shorts, t-shirt and the SGP
what a man!
Hat,
I love
play
it.
to him, fantastic. Yeah. And he has blended in.
Looks like he's been working on the track.
Yeah, he looks like he's done a bit of track curating as well, just to keep his hand in. Fair play to him. But Leon Madsen, the winner here in the Marquetta, and the 20 points that go with it, and clearly rightly delighted.
Now let's get ready to hear the national
So we can pause now for the Danish national anthem. So there we go, proud moment for Leon Madsen, probably can't quite believe it, and to hear his national anthem being blasted out. Here comes the presentation, the joint presentation between the FIM, Amanda Castagna, the FIM track racing director, and Richard Coleman, of course, the CEO of the new promoter for 2026, Mayfield Sports Events. And Bartosz Zmarzlik now will be wearing the gold race jacket. As we move forward to the double header in Manchester in Bellevue, where we had 2 wonderful Speedway Grand Prix in 2025, no reason to think we won't witness something very similar this time around. But right now, I must say the Marquetta has treated us to a really spectacular Grand Prix. The champagne will come forward. Pictures for the top 3. Zmarzlik just making the most of the gold race jacket. Yeah, so that's champagne. Celebration time. These boys don't have much time to celebrate, though. You know, they've put a lot of hard work in tonight, but it won't be long before they're all racing once again. Yeah. If they're not racing tomorrow, quite a lot of them will be racing on Tuesday, possibly some of them on Bank Holiday Monday back in the UK as well. So at this time of year, with all the leagues running, it is a hectic schedule for all of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah, and that's the life of a speedo rider. That's something they have to juggle, and as the season goes on, they have to make sure they manage their sort of fitness and health correctly, make sure they manage their fatigue, and to perform at this high level all year round. Not easy.
There's no doubt for two of them on there, this is a huge boost when they've been really up against it. Kurtz and Leon Madsen, no doubt that they'll have a spring in their step as they go into next week.
Yeah.
You've got to believe that these three are going to have a major part to play. One more last opportunity, the 2026 FIM Speedway World Cup, presented by Monster Energy. Tickets are still available for Warsaw, the PGE Narodowy Stadium, on the 29th of August. If you can, get along to it. The some Speedway meeting. Poland are the holders. There will be some race up and some tear up in a wonderful venue. So as the dust settles on round number 2 here in the Marquetta, it's still very warm. Sweating away here from the commentary box, that's for sure.
Oh, it's a commentary box. I thought it was a sauna.
Well, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've just reminded myself that it's meant to be. It's absolutely ringing wet, but those guys also, they will be tired tonight. But for Leon Madsen, this is quite special. His highs and lows, you know, in 2019 when he only went down by 2 points to Smiles League in that campaign, and then really since that time hasn't quite managed to put a concerted effort on being world champion. But now all of a sudden with this win here, who knows?
Yeah.
It's not that far behind. What is he? He's 11 points back, so he can turn that around.
And it was interesting to hear in his interview how much it obviously really bothers him that the grief he's getting in Poland at the moment. I think there's a lot of expectation of him at his club. He's paid a lot of money to perform. I think he's fell out with a couple of his teammates. He's knocked them off, probably through frustration. And you can tell that his message to the fans there is, I've got your message, you know, the good messages and the bad messages, but this is proof that I'm working hard to come back, so leave me alone, basically.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and it's unarguable. You go out and win a Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden, you'd like to think that, you know, when he was talking about his Polish League club, you know, there must have been some danger of him being pushed out of the club.
It was talked about.
Yeah.
You know, it was mentioned in the press that he may be dropped, so yeah, it'll be...
Well, it's going to be difficult to drop him now.
It is, yeah.
So Leon Madsen, the winner on the night, and what a way to get himself right back into contention in the championship chase, back in the Grand Prix after a season away. Who knows? Let's see how he goes on, but consistency is going to be the key to any of these riders, because Bartosz Smarslik has made both of the finals, hasn't won them, but certainly. So thanks very much for your company tonight. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. I know that Ollie and I have. It's been a wonderful experience to be back here in Prague. We look forward to the next couple of rounds, which are back-to-back, and in Manchester for rounds 3 and 4. But for now, the night belongs to Leon Madsen. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.